Niners! Woo! Fam, let's take a moment for Josh Rosen, who is on his way out of Cleveland. It didn't take long. Josh, hang in there, Josh. We're all pulling for you. Poor guy. He can't even call himself a journeyman because he just makes stopovers. Anyway, fam, seriously, how you doing tonight? Everything all right? Because we went through a lot of drama yesterday, right? And, today some things happened that were good and some things that were questionable. There's something to smile about today in general. Well, it was yesterday too, but I mean, today is interesting. The breakdown in the 53-man roster. Niner fans' favorites survived the cuts. Couple of surprises there. The Niners took some time out from yesterday's Jimmy Garoppolo drama, long enough to select their final 53 players for the 2022 season, finally. Tonight, taking your calls after going over the Niners' final roster cuts for some of your reaction. Because if there's anything we do as 49er fans, we react, and we ain't playing. The 49ers have officially filed Garoppolo's contract, by the way, with the NFL and NFLPA. So just to make clear, Mike Garofalo of NFL Network shared the following details. We already knew about the $6.5 million fully guaranteed base salary, the $500,000 in total per game roster bonuses. I didn't know that, though. $500,000 total in per game roster bonuses, $29,000 per game active, $250,000 for each game he takes 25% or more of the offensive snaps. Another $100,000 for each of those games the team wins. You talk about motivation, right? $500,000 for one playoff game he takes 50% or more of the offensive snaps. $500,000 for 50% or more of the offensive snaps in the conference championship game, of which we will be participating. $500,000 if he wins the conference championship game. So Jimmy gets $500,000 no matter when he comes on the field, almost for everything and anything he does. $1 million if he takes 50% or more of the offensive snaps in the Super Bowl. $15.45 million maximum value on this entire package. So Jimmy, why not getting his full salary? If all of this happens, he gets a large chunk of it back. Whereas guys, it's getting because his salary wasn't guaranteed. For that being a fact, that Jimmy could possibly make that much money is pretty funny. The no trade clause is, of course, in there, no franchise tag clause. And, yeah. So Jimmy's going to be sitting back, relaxing. I hope he doesn't get lazy, sitting around there hoping Trey, because he'll be rooting for Trey. Guarantee he's going to be rooting for Trey. That's who Jimmy Garoppolo is. That's why I love this dude. Not because of his jawline and his chin. Jimmy Garoppolo's a special guy. He doesn't answer his texts, and don't call him. But, if you're hanging out, I bet he's great. What is that? Razor actually caught Jimmy coming out of that Chinese restaurant in Santa Clara that everybody likes to go to at 49ers. And he said Jimmy and him had a conversation there for a minute. It was cool. Jimmy had to go, but it was like he didn't really feel like he wanted to leave the conversation. I said, you know what? That dude, man, he's a celebrity already. And Razor just said he's indulged in a conversation to tell you he's got to go and feels bad about it. Jimmy! Anyway, and on a related note, this just in from SI.com. Coach Kyle Shanahan said that Lance was excited to have Garoppolo returning to the franchise. In fact, Shanahan said, per ESPN's Adam Schefter, quote, when I told Trey that Jimmy's going to come back, he's like, awesome. That dude was awesome for me last year. I can't wait to be the same way. There you go. I tell you, let's go ahead and talk about the roster. I know Jimmy's name is going to come up. You can do that if you want to. I have no problem with that. I'm just letting you know the little tidbits that are going around. But anyway, looking at the roster, right? How many people knew common sense? We already paid Nate Sudfeld $2 million. Who didn't think that Nate Sudfeld, after Jimmy Garoppolo signed, oh, man, we got to say goodbye to Brock Purdy and keep Nate Sudfeld? No. They told Nate goodnight. JG, Trey Lance, JG, and Brock Purdy. We have the most talented and inexpensive quarterback room probably in the NFL. Running backs? Okay, here we go. Hey, wait, who said? Jordan Mason made this team. Here's a funny thing about it, though. So did Trey Sermon. They got rid of JaMychal. I'm not happy with that. But yeah, okay, I understand it. Elijah Mitchell, Tyrion Davis Price, Trey Sermon, Jeff Wilson. All these guys go over 200 pounds. The 49ers are getting away from little bitty backs that tend to get hurt. You got to weigh a minimum probably 200 pounds now to run for the 49ers in that backfield. The Niners kept 5 running backs. The Niners are going to do a lot of running. You're watching the RPO out there now, and you're going to see a lot of the RPO with Trey out there anyway, including him running, right? So you got Jordan Mason, Elijah Mitchell, Tyrion Davis Price, T. Sermon, and Jeff Wilson. Fullback, Kyle Juszczyk. Enough said. The best fullback in the NFL. Probably on his way to the Hall of Fame just for that position. Nobody does it like the juice. Wide receivers, Brandon Ayuk, Danny Gray, Juwan Jennings, Ray McLeod, Deebo Samuel. There is no, actually I think we all wanted to know. I'll go over that in a minute, but those are the guys I think everybody knew was going to make it. Now, if they were going to carry a 6th guy, there was a couple of options probably, right? Tight ends going to be Ross Dwelly, George Kittle. Charlie Warner, I thought he was going to carry 4 tight ends. No, we're not going to do that. We're going to carry 3 offensive linemen. There's 9 guys out there. Aaron Banks, Jake Brent will be doing the snaps. Daniel Brunskill. Casey, there's your guy, Daniel. He made the team, Case. Spencer Burvin will be at right guard. Mike McGlinchey, of course. Colton McKivitz. Jalen Moore, please don't put him in. Trent Williams and Nick Zakay. Kate, how do you pronounce his name? I'm going to call him Nicky Z. I know, right? Poe is gone. He put him on waivers. Let's see what happens. Maybe we can get it back. He'll be back on the practice squad, most likely. Defensive lineman, we took 9. Nicky Bosa. Samson Ebukam. Is that okay? I got beat up about pronouncing him Ebukam. What did I call him before? Ebukam, yeah. So, Kevin Givens, Kerry Hyder Jr. is going to stay with us. Drake Jackson, of course. Javon Kinlaw, Charles Omenihu, and Hassan Ridgeway. I like both of those last 2 guys a lot. I was hoping they'd make the team. But then again, I'm hoping a lot of other guys make the team too. If I had it my way, we'd have about 13 guys on the defensive line. Linebackers, we're going to keep 6. Wow, we're going to keep 6. Did we keep 6 last year? We do this. Al Shar, of course. Orton Burks, welcome to that group of just fiends. Orton Burks is everywhere the ball is. That's the definition of a linebacker. Demetrius Flanagan-Foles with all his Demetrius has got all kind of experience now. Nobody's going to beat him out. If you were like on the fringe or on the edge or just coming in an audition, you weren't going to get past Demetrius. If for no other reason by his name, it's gladiator-like. In the arena, he is Demetrius Flanagan-Foles, who works for no other than the. Let me get into that. Start acting, man, because I can get into the whole script. Curtis Robinson made the team, and some people thought that he would not beat out Marcelino, but he did. Maybe not, though. But Fred Warner and the DBs, Talanoa Hufanga, Diamador, Lenoir, get out of here. Of course. Tavarius Moore, yes. Emmanuel Mosley, come on. George Odom, Ambry Thomas, who there was a question mark behind in the minds of many. No. And I knew that was a mistake to even think that way. Of course I'm bringing Ambry back. I don't know what's going on with him in camp right now. Maybe he just doesn't feel like going through this. He's got some kind of a thing about practice. Don't say it. J-Dub, of course, Samuels Womack, everybody's favorite guy this offseason as far as the secondary went. Specialists, of course, Robbie Gould, Tabor Pepper, and Mitch Wisnowski. Now, here's the thing. The guys, just to review really quickly, the guys who did get released, defensive tackle Kevin Atkins, Alex Barrett was let go. Alex isn't the guy that made that block in the playoffs last year, is he? Tariq Castro Fields. These guys, a lot of these guys are probably going to be coming back to the practice squad anyway. Ken Crawley, cornerback. Troy Fumagalli, gone. Tashawn Gibson, safety. Nah. Alfredo Gutierrez. You know what? Alfredo, he's on the international program anyway. He's not going to have any impact on the count. So he will be back. Oh, he will definitely be back. And hopefully 49ers can finally say, we've gotten Alfredo right where we want him. And he's going to contribute to us this year. And he's been here for a while, and we've got him right exactly how he should be. And he's going to be playing on the 53 this year. Wouldn't that be a great day? That man is mammoth huge, man. I'm telling you right now, if they could just get him in working order to play in the NFL, oh, my God. Can you imagine him coming around the corner leading up? Oh, man. And if he takes it, and he could just dive out in front of the runner and take out 3 or 4 guys at one shot. Of course, you know about JaMycal Hasty. I call some of these guys are sacrificial lambs. Hasty will be back, I'm pretty sure, unless somebody else picks him up. Stay out the way, Seahawks. Seahawks, mind your business. Don't bother him. So he'll be back. Taylor Hawkins, Kadar Hallman, I'm not surprised about that one. Dante Johnson. Dante probably left yesterday. Said, "Y'all, let me know. Let me know. You know how to find me." Yeah, Dante, don't worry about it, babe. You know you'll be back here soon. Marcus Johnson, wide receiver. Yeah, couldn't make it. Quattress Knight is probably going to come back if he clears waivers. He's another guy you got to worry about clearing waivers, though. He's like that guy right on the edge. The only reason he's leaving this team is because we're a little too talented in that particular room. Quattress can play in this league, and he can also play for the 49ers. But he is being beaten out by a couple of the guys, including Diamador Lenore, which is really interesting, huh? If you work hard, you can make these things happen. Demo did it. Demo, man, I'm proud of you, bro. Good job. All right? Tyler Croft, tight end, he didn't make it. Tay Martin, another wide receiver. Marcelino McCrary Ball, who was pulling at heartstrings that day he was doing his media conference. I don't know if he's going to come back and be on the practice squad or not. Because Sagan, do you know that Sagan Olubi runs a 4.4? The 49ers are going to work hard on him. I hope they allow Marcelino back, if for nothing else but his great heart. I don't know if that's going to be enough. Jordan Mills is not going to come out, offensive tackle. Jason Poe, as you know, will probably be back if he doesn't get picked up on waivers. Jason may have displayed just enough skills and talent out there that another team might say, we might be able to work with him. And Justin School, as we anticipated, a lot of us did, he's not going to be coming back. Willie Damn Sneed. Bye, Willie. Shh. Show Felicia self. I'm okay. And defensive lineman Akeem Spence. Nate Sudfeld, the biggest surprise to me, because I was like, I'd already made up my mind to get over Brock after they said Jimmy's coming back. I said, you can't keep Brock in. Nate and Jimmy, one of them's got to go. It's going to be Brock. God, Jesus. No, it's not. Nate, all right? The 49ers do save a little money. They don't save it all, and I understand that's guaranteed money, so if a team does pick him up, they got to subtract whatever they're going to pay Nate, which is probably going to be the league minimum from what the 49ers are going to have to continue to pay him. From what I heard. I could be wrong. And Camiko Toure, another sacrificial lamb. I don't know that if another team would be stupid enough not to pick him up. I look for Camiko to be in a Hawks uniform by tomorrow afternoon, if not this evening. He's quality. But we're just, see, what did we talk about? What did we talk about weeks ago? We said we're going to have to let some good football players go. Camiko Toure had 5 sacks in the preseason. I don't care if it's preseason. He did that. It's bad to let him go. You look what we kept. And Malik Turner, another sacrifice. Malik Turner makes a lot of teams, and for no other reason but a special teams player. Malik is gone for now, and I'm sure enough people seen him that we're going to have a hell of a time trying to get him back on the practice squad. Donovan West, offensive lineman, and wasn't Jordan Willis the guy who made that block in last year's Green Bay game to get us into the final. Anyway, it's like, as John Lynch always says, which always pisses me off, yeah, we're gonna have to lose a lot of good players But it's a good problem to have. John, that's not a good problem to have. You know what? Can't we keep them all? Lie about what we're going to put them on the IR. You can only put so many people on the IR, though, you know? It just kills me. I can't remember a year. When's the last time we had so many players, good players, that, we had to get rid of some good players? I know. When was the last time we had so many good players that we had to let some good ones go? Not to this abundance. We've had some years where we had a couple go, but not like this. Mr. Swiss Buckets. Oh, I love the creativity of these names. Hello, Mr. Swiss Buckets. Thanks a lot. Mr. Swiss Buckets says, I'm happy that the 49ers made a one-year contract. All right. Are you referring to JG? Well, it's the big show. If we traded Jones, Jimmy wouldn't be here. If we had drafted Jones, Jimmy wouldn't be here. Yeah, maybe. See, those are the things I wish we could look at. I wish there was a computer software to make the situation, put it there for you to see what would happen, But, hey, Dre, get on in here with your San Francisco self, an original native. They're few and far between. Dre.
The one and only. Welcome, Ronbo, the GOAT.
Well, Dre, thanks.
Of all GOATs.
Dre, you look at this roster. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, no. I'm listening. Go ahead.
I said, Dre, you look at this roster. What are some of the things that surprised you? What are some things you're elated and delighted about? What are the things you may be disappointed about? And anything you would have done different?
The only thing I'm disappointed is we kept Trey Sermon over Pope. I mean, I know y'all gonna come on here and try to blame Jimmy G. Let's just stop that.
I'm gonna put my vote next to yours too, because if it's Poe versus Sermon, yeah.
Yeah, I'm with that. But I mean, I'm not mad at the Jimmy G thing no more. Ronbo, you should start doing that too on your show. Don't let everybody just drill our quarterbacks. Ain't nothing wrong with just cutting that to a minimum. Because I feel like everybody just come on here and focus on the quarterback instead of every other position on the team.
We've been doing that,
Dre,
for how long? See, it's just like one of those things. I don't even know if anything can be done about it. People are going to come in and they can start off saying one thing and they go right to drilling the quarterback, just like you say.
You be like, listen here, dude. Okay, say what you got to say and just let it ride. And I heard what Kyle and them said that he trade back up. And if the season looks like it's going to hell, I say me personally, to be on the safe side, Kyle gonna have to pick which quarterback he gonna have to ride with. Because if you ride with, at the end of the day, me personally, I feel that regardless of any quarterback that's in there, could be Tom Brady himself or even Jeff Garcia, ain't nobody standing a chance behind that line. As soon as the ball get in your hand, the defensive line is in your hands too. It's like,
hey, coming back to hand you the snap. Oh my God! It is looking scary out there.
That scares me. It frightens me. So
you know what though, Dre? It may comfort you to know though. Now we kept 5 running backs, so Kyle figures that he's going to need them all because they could be dropping like flies. We are going to run the hell out of the ball this year, just for that reason you just mentioned, because the offensive line is suspect, but you can still run. You can run behind McGlinchey. You can run behind Trent Williams. You can actually run behind probably that big dude next to Trent Williams as well. Now, the center and right guard, I think, in fact, that Burford may not be bad because McGlinchey only needs a little help on that side. But we're going to look to confuse and sort of like, I guess, Lamar Jackson teams to death too. And then we're going to throw the ball when the opportunity presents itself. Via Kyle Shanahan scheming.
I'm scared because one snaps the ball too low and one snaps. One don't know where the hell the ball, how to just zoom back towards Trey. You know what I'm saying? It zooms over his left shoulder. Or
that was
right
Sutherland. Was that Sutherland? Sutherland's out of here. Did Sutherland make the team?
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't think so. I don't remember mentioning.
I think That's just the only part of the team that scares me. Other than that, we fine, perfectly fine. I mean, they kept tap dancing, break dancing Trey Sherman, what pisses me off, and say Kyle's still a little boneheaded. But who knows? Maybe that's Bobby Turner guy, and Bobby Turner not here to work with him right now. He's out on vacation, healing his knee. And I feel that Kyle just rock with Trey, bro. I mean, if he hurts himself, cool, then put Jimmy G in. Don't hurt his confidence. If you're listening to the show, don't hurt his confidence.
You know, Dre, that's the plan. They just mainly Kyle does not want to sit there and be concerned with if something does happen that he is stuck with just Stafford, Nate Sermon, Nate Studfeld, and there is no lean.
No,
in that
I think
direction.
we got the best quarterback room in. I mean, part of that, one person I say the best, but
somebody did mention though
the best 1-2 combination.
Yeah, the first 8 weeks is going to be the thing. There are some hardcore games in there. Now they're going to be looking closely at Trey. That will be the case for sure. But he's not threatening to take Trey's job. No, that's not it. That's not.
Oh no, not taking his job, but I'm saying not to getting yanked neither to solidify the trade or whatever the case may be. Yeah. Trey, I feel if he struggles. Even if this season was like, oh, hell, go to hell, everybody going to say, well, we got a Super Bowl team. This same team is going to be here next year. Maybe one or two couple players gone and at it. But I'm saying this same team going to be here next year. Let him get his bump and his bruises.
But no organization looks at a year like that if they have a team that they think is capable of doing that. I don't see Trey. I see Trey being motivated to look better than he's looked so far, and I really don't think everybody should be so worried about that. To have Jimmy over there in case something goes wrong, that's a nice thing, actually, as far as his injuries.
That's what I said. That's what I said. Yeah. And I heard Kyle come out and say today, because I was late to the presser stuff, but he did say on one of his pressers, it wasn't today, it was a couple of days back, he said that he didn't script nothing with no game plan for Trey or any of the quarterbacks in this preseason. They was going on the whim. So everybody calm down.
Right.
And that's all I say.
And wait till the show. And wait till the show gets underway. Dre, we're gonna pull up. I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna see you. And let's go ahead and wait till Friday because they work out Thursday. Yeah, because I don't know if the media's gonna be there or not. But I'll be back Friday.
Now, the media don't get to be there for the next 2 weeks. So
I know they're mad as hell. All right, so I'll see you Friday. There's going to be drama with us no matter what, though. We're going to find out. All right, fam. Appreciate you, Dre.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Y'all stay safe and stay blessed.
You too, fam. Night, Dre.
All right.
And let us bring him in. He is the man who represents the chill. He is Chill Pill Phil.
Hello, Ronbo.
Morning here, Phil. We're sitting here mulling over what happened to the Phil, did anything surprise you? Because nothing usually does about what happened in this roster. I didn't think Nate Sudfeld was going to get cut. I was hoping Trey Sermon would be kicked to the side, but he wasn't.
This is about keeping Purdy under the rookie contract. And so we've got control over him for 4 years. At the lowest salary you could possibly have since he was Mr. Irrelevant.
I mean, the last man.
So we've got him at the lowest possible control point, and they didn't want to give that up.
I don't blame him.
And hopefully Nate Sudfeld gets picked up by another team, and we get $2 million in cap space.
Yeah. Well, they're not going to. Nobody believes Nate will get $2 million, but whatever they pay him, I think the 49ers.
No, if they pick him up on waivers. We get two.
Oh, we get two. They got to pay. Okay.
Yeah, and if they let it go through waivers and then they pick them up, then we get less than that. So.
Oh, that's the way it works. That makes sense.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that someone picks them up off of waivers.
Phil, it's not going to happen.
And we get $2 million in cap space.
Not going to happen, Phil. I hope it does, but I can't imagine that.
Yeah. I mean, our quarterback room is still the cheapest probably in the league,
and maybe the highest quality for that
one
price.
Of the best. Yeah. So, I'm pleased with that. I don't think the drama that everybody else is pasting on Jimmy and Trey is going to happen.
Nah,
I think Jimmy knows his place.
He's a
I
professional.
think Trey, yes, and he's been professional all along. I mean, one thing about Jimmy Garoppolo, he has acted like a pro. And I think all the, they went to like Trent Williams, all the big names on offense, Debo and Kittle, and, told them what they're doing, and everybody was supportive, including Trey. I think this is a no-brainer. It's not going to happen in the locker room.
Mm-hmm.
These guys know the situation, and they're going to support Trey 100%, including Jimmy.
Yep. And that's no surprise.
So,
because when he signed the contract, he knew what he was signing up for.
The obvious thing is we're going to run the football. And,
5 backs.
We've got enough running backs to last Kyle Shanahan's depletion rate.
That's
But
a
he
good way to
also
put it,
kept
too.
all the bigger backs. You notice that? Because Hasty was a smaller guy at 200 pounds, or 205, I think he was.
Did he even weigh 200 pounds?
And the rest of these guys are 220, 230, and I mean, they're bigger guys.
Yep.
And so I think he's having a change in philosophy where we're going to be a ground and pound. The guys of Raheem Mostert being very lightweight and getting, crushed over time is a thing
They were
of the past
excited,
with
but
Kyle.
they didn't last.
Run and pound.
Yeah.
And, the other thing is Jimmy Ward and Robinson are going to go on the IR.
Yeah.
And 2 guys, I think Willis is going to be pulled up. So they've got an agreement with him at defensive line, and then they've got one other guy that they're going to pull up, a tight end. So
Fumagalli?
they're going to have 4 tight ends on the books.
Oh, they are.
But the biggest problem right now is what are they going to do? They can't stay with 3 safeties. So what are they going to do there? And if they bring up a safety, who's going to go down unless they bring them up from the practice squad?
Okay, so you're ruling out Quattress Knight coming to this team then?
Unless they sign him to a practice squad situation and then bring him up from there and go that route, right? So he could be one of the 6 vets that could be signed on practice squad level.
Yeah, because I only see Tavares more.
So,
this is going to be interesting.
Ward's hurt. You got Hufanga, Moore, and what's his name?
Odom. George Odom.
Odom. And you got to go with 4 safeties. You're putting yourself at a risk there.
Phil, I don't know what they're going to do, but you're right. I think Kowski is coming back for the minimum because he got cut.
Well, if he goes to the practice squad, then they can bring him up for 2 games, no problem.
Yeah.
And then bring someone else and sign another safety at the practice squad and bring him up for 2 games. Because they're not going to start. Maybe Sikorsky would, but I don't know what they're going to do there. But they're going to have to do something. And if they bring someone up on the team, then they got to drop someone. Now, I was surprised Moore made the team, but they need offensive linemen, obviously. They got to carry 8 at least.
That doesn't have to be a when they start waiving people, he could be one of the first people they look at. You know how they do this every year, Phil? They have 1 or 2 guys that they waive over all the season.
Offensive linemen, or else they get penalized on the practice squad.
I forgot about that. That's a new thing.
So if you drop Moore, you got to bring in another offensive lineman.
Wow.
So, I saw that what's his name, Leather from the Raiders got cut. He hasn't been playing well, but maybe you could coach him up. I don't.
Yeah.
He was drafted in the 1st round, but he was projected in the 2nd round.
He's the guy
I
was reading about. The Raiders went to, and all 32 teams said no thanks. So that's really sad. He's the guy. I noticed that. Okay.
Well, he could play right tackle for you if you could coach him up. I mean, I don't know, but
he's the guy that cut for Lakin Thomason. Remember, he was supposed to be a bust too.
With offensive line, and that's someplace we need to look.
Well, they will. I'm sure they're probably sweating bullets on that, Phil. Actually,
yeah.
Phil, we ran out of time.
Can we bring back Joe Staley?
Who? Joe Staley. Wouldn't that be awesome?
Staley?
We don't have tackle issues, though, Phil.
Kyle Mack and Joe Staley. I mean, that would be.
Oh, Hall of
Old-timers
Famers on
reunion.
both sides.
Yeah.
Phil, we're gonna go.
Anyway, Ronbo.
I'll be back looking for you Friday.
All righty.
All right,
We'll
Phil.
talk to you then.
Oh, looking so forward to it, Phil. Have a great night.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
And there he is. Is a man, he is known as the father of Bam and Boom and his lovely wife, Mrs. Dragon. He is the Papa Dragon.
What's up, Ronbo? What's up, Niner Nation? What's on?
And you know, Pop, we're just looking at this roster. There's not a lot. There's only a couple of surprises. I didn't know we'd lose a couple of those defensive. I mean, I didn't think Jordan Willis and what's his name? I didn't think both of them are going to be going. But like we're saying, our defensive line just is really good this year. Kerry Hyder made the team too. Chris Kasurik loves him. Trey Sermon, against everybody's wishes, made the team. I don't know. Trey Sermon's got some fans. Pop, you like Trey, don't you? Silence.
Well, first of all, I personally don't know the man. So I only know that he's a good tap dancer.
Yeah. I mean, Liberace would love him.
I think you gotta sometimes realize something, that this is the NFL. Players are not kept because of their contracts. They're kept because of their performances. Number one. Number two, all performances are not displayed on the preseason stage, so to speak. So all the workouts, we don't have access to all the workouts. So we really don't know how Trey Sermon is doing.
That's good. Is
there probably a little bit of roster politics going on? Absolutely. Out of all the 53-man roster, struck me as very simply this: we cut one player that was drafted, and Mr. Irrelevant has just again reminded us that it's not about the size of the dog. Sometimes it's about the size of the fight in the dog. Purdy beat out Sudfeld fair and square. We all saw it when he was on the field with the same unit. He performed better. He was clearly one of the best players amongst all the third stringers running around out there on both offense and against his opponents. And there was stuff that was there that you saw some traits from an NFL quarterback that could do okay at this level and at the way the NFL is being played today. So Purdy earned it. Going back to my suggestion, where I was suggesting you cut Sudfeld anyway, because no one's going to pick up his $2 million contract. No one is. Maybe the Seahawks will, but I doubt.
Why do we always think the Seahawks just pick up anybody? Yeah, you know what? I hope they do, though.
They need a quarterback. They have Geno Smith. That's their guy. They need a quarterback.
They got the Lock guy.
Again, Block could not beat out Geno Smith. That's what I'm trying to explain here. The reality is that Sudfeld got beat out by Mr. Irrelevant. So what does that make Sudfeld? A $2 million irrelevant player.
Tomorrow morning. And this just in, Jim Thorokill says they kept Trey Sermon because we needed a healthy scratch on Sundays. Good call, Jim. If he does that this year, Pop, and they can carry him again for next year because he cannot cut the mustard, something needs to be investigated. But go ahead.
No, here's the deal. You're always going to get more value in a trade for a third-round player over undrafted.
Yeah, that's true.
Really what the situation is. So will he get – I mean, there's a chance that he gets moved. We don't know. I mean, but he has more value than Jermichael Hasty does as far as trade goes, because maybe he's just in the wrong offense.
Probably.
Maybe he's in the wrong offense. So that's what you're looking at. So in any case, we have a couple people going on injury reserve that they have to wait 24 hours. But in around 24 hours, Jimmy Ward and Curtis Robinson will go on short-term IR. The Niners appear to be they have agreed to bring back Tyler Croft, tight end, and Jordan Willis to fill those 2 spots.
So they're going to, okay, good. Because Willis,
as they're coming back. So we'll have them 4 weeks. Jarosky Tart doesn't appear to be in the cards at this particular point in time.
He's never going to be forgiven for that play in the NFCCG. I was thinking they'd probably get over it. Okay, get over it. They're not going to.
Okay, I think it's a coaching thing, and I think that coach is DeMeco Ryans. DeMeco Ryans is a former NFL player, and you really want your players making big plays and big moments. And if that's one of the plays that contributed to the loss, DeMeco Ryans has probably had a couple sleepless nights over that drop. So I'm not saying it's not going to happen, but it's unlikely that it'll happen. Should it happen? If it was me on my little Madden controller, absolutely.
Yeah.
I know we were campaigning for your boy, Jordan Mason. Again, he deserved to make it. I didn't think he was going to make it.
I didn't
but I'm glad he was. I knew Purdy should make it, so I was happy there. I was happy that they cut Sutton because I just think they paid him too much money, and I don't think that anyone's going to pick him up. So who knows? But I didn't. No one saw Jimmy Garoppolo resigning, although a couple of nights ago talked about the fears that if he did go to Seattle, I was at the point we must keep him just to prevent him from going to Seattle.
Pop,
I didn't know how that.
I want the truth to come through at some point, even if it's not going to happen now. But I really want to know, Hawks, were you seriously going to ask Garoppolo to come over there? And I just want to know. I really want to know. But Pop, you appreciate your share. Well, more news probably come out tomorrow about that. Pop, we got to roll though before I get pressured by. I guess the season's on now. People are calling in, and we gotta stay on time.
Production,
right,
much love to production and respect to production. Shout out to the 90 Faithful. Please like and subscribe to Ronbo Sports.
Thanks, fam. All right, Pop. Can't wait to talk to you again, and that will be Friday. He hit his gavel on the table. Pop, I'm a DM you. I love to talk to you, man. I tell you what. Hey, Casey.
Woo!
What? Casey.
What?
What's shaking, Ronbo?
He's imitating Casey. Hey, Case. Brunskill made the team.
What's shaking, Ronbo?
I wish
I know. I saw that. He was the last. He was the last lineman listed. I thought that was weird.
Well, you got to put him somewhere on the list. He's Mr. Irrelevant amongst our linemen.
I'd put him at third or fourth or sixth, but not at eighth or whatever he's at. I mean,
it depends on what list you look at. Because Nick Sakay, who beat out Jason Poe, is the last guy I see on this list. And Jalen Moore's down there with him. But again, Trent Williams is listed near the end of the pack, too. So I don't know what that means. But yeah, are you happy with what happened?
I saw Trent was listed as number 1 on the list.
Well, he should be. I'm just looking at this list, how they put it down. It depends on who writes it, Some people don't realize the importance of listing names of importance at the top of the list as to indicate their priority. But Casey, any other surprises on the list? I know that all of us were pulling for Trent Sermon to go somewhere, anywhere, but just he can, just get up out of here. But he's going to stay with us. And they got rid of. Were you a JaMychal Hasty fan?
What's that? What, Rumble?
Were you a JaMychal Hasty fan?
What do you say? Oh, am I a JaMychal Hasty fan? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Oh man, I wish.
No, in that case, since you answered that way, were you a Trey Sermon fan?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Rumble, I thought it was kind of funny that, like stuff that was said, in press conferences. I think it happened today, where I just saw these tweets about it where John Lynch said that him and Kyle talked about Jimmy signing as a backup about a month ago. Why would you ever say that, man? Rita Oak is at day 209 right now.
See, that's why. Hey, Casey, do you remember me? I said over and over, it's awfully quiet in Santa Clara, and Jimmy's over there. Nobody even knows when he comes and goes to the facility. What's going on with the 49ers and Jimmy Garoppolo?
No,
they're always running covert. Always.
And then, I saw this thing that said, Jimmy didn't want to, practice with everyone else because he, I just saw I'm like, man, what? Come on, John. You guys
He
really
never
didn't
said
even
that.
think
I
about
promise
Jimmy
you.
signing as a backup like last year. That didn't cross your mind. Like, I mean, what are you guys getting paid for, man?
Casey, and also,
and then there was another thing.
go ahead, because you're going to say just what I was getting ready to say, Albert. Go ahead.
No, I don't think I was. But what's up?
No, this thing about, to my understanding, every reporter, to my understanding, Jimmy Garoppolo hasn't even been given a playbook.
Oh, yeah, that is exactly what I was going to say.
Guys, what is? I don't understand.
Kyle said, I don't even have a playbook.
You know, I got to see that press conference. I have to watch it. I really think Kyle smokes dope. I really do, Casey, because he is friggin' strange sometimes. You know, remember that time that people ask him, remember when they ask him, Coach, who's starting this Sunday? I don't even know if I'm going to be alive on Sunday, you know? So how am I going to answer?
Oh,
Kyle,
man, what a quote.
WTF, Kyle, what are you talking about? So, you know.
That is such a great quote.
God. So anyway, this is why when John and Kyle
so
talk.
Frustrated, like, he said that like he was just so tired and frustrated, like, like they try. I feel like they, especially with their body language at the podium, I feel like they're all coached really well to, keep both hands at the podium and stuff. But
so I
don't know. I love this version of Kyle. Like
it
Kyle
is
just goes through running backs and doesn't care. He's just angry and.
I'm
looking forward to Kyle yelling at Trey on the sideline.
Oh God, that's gonna be interesting. But Casey, I just want to be able to sneak in when nobody sees me, and I could just be hiding out, and if I could be invisible, and I could just see Kyle, maybe Jed, definitely George Kittle, and possibly Debo. You know what the thing is? People don't expect us. I'm going to hit this. Listen, we're going to win this game this weekend, and you guys got to know it. All we got to do is go out there and play our game. I love it. Hey, can I come in? Guys, because they talk like sometimes Kyle sounds like he's really high, and that look on his face, man.
Oh, Ronbo, I thought it was great how Kyle turned into Trent Baalke when he smokes.
You can't let the smoke out. You got to get the words out.
And then there was one more thing. There was one more thing I saw where I think it was Jennifer Lee Chan just quoted Trey when he was told about Jimmy coming back, and Trey said, "Awesome."
I got the quote. Awesome. I love to ask Trey. Did you really say that?
What is Trey going to say?
I know it's. I hate it,
in
Kyle.
reality, Ronbo, In reality, I don't see any situation where Jimmy being on the roster makes Trey any worse. And I think Trey being able to come back to the sideline and look at film, look at plays and hear what Jimmy would have to say and stuff, I think that's going to be a great thing for his rookie year.
Because he's going to support him. Jimmy's not like that. If he was, he'd have been like that last year.
No, there's no ego, But I mean, if Jimmy gets to the podium and he can't take responsibility, but you know what I mean I feel like they're great for each other. I really do.
So. I like it. Lance loves him. Jimmy he treats him with respect. Casey, we're going to go, and I'm going to see you Friday and see what else. More drama is definitely going to develop between now and Friday. You know it. I'll be back for that.
So,
all right.
So, Robert, are you just not going to put the fathead up, though, or?
The fathead conversation continues. Hey, somewhere between now and midseason, the fathead will surface. Okay.
Yeah, shout out to that one guy that's got the GoFundMe. You know what I'm saying, Ronbo?
That's Brian Culp. Hey, Brian, the Culp family. They're just special folks. All right, fam.
Yeah, we're going to get some Heineken and some beer for Ronbo Sports. All right, my
Don't forget
man.
the pizza. All right, fam. Have a good night. It goes.
Did I say Heineken and beer? Ronbo, I've been having too much medication.
I caught
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. All right, Ronbo. Take it easy.
You too. Hey, Marcus, get in here, Marcus.
Hey, what's going on, Ronbo?
Marcus, we're just looking at the roster, and there's not a lot of surprises. There's a lot of disappointments. A number of disappointments. You wanted to see Jason Poe stay on the team. Komodo, the defensive end. Jordan Willis, I understand, is coming back. Sagan Alubi, the guy that he only played a year. He didn't even start playing football until high school or late in high school or something like that. It's going to be interesting to see what they do. Malik Turner would have been nice, but Camiko Toure and Malik Turner bother me the most. But you know what? What did you see some things that you didn't appreciate and some things you really are glad about? Nate Sudfeld said goodbye and these things. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm liking Mason made the team because he's better than Hastings. Because he's gonna be out there. He's gonna be out there down back, and he's got size and he got breakaway speed too. And he's gonna be the third down back. When the third down, he's gonna be the back coming out the backfield catching the ball this year. So that's probably why he made the team. He's a good third down back.
Yeah, Wilson Jr. comes out of the backfield. We got Wilson Jr. Tyrion is not the best, but between Wilson Jr., Sermon, actually Elijah Mitchell is good catching out of the backfield too.
Yeah, but for the Jimmy G situation, I don't mind it because if I could talk to Trey Sherman, I could tell him Joe Montana had someone looking on his back. It was Steve Young. So if you can't handle pressure, you can't handle someone in the room, at the quarterback room. How can you handle a defense or Ray Darnold?
What's going on in the stands? Yeah.
Yeah, how you gonna be able to handle pressure in the NFL if Jimmy G intimidates you being there? So I don't mind it. He's gonna have to put his big boy pants on and play ball, man. I know he's 22. I know when I was 22, I was trying to find a job at FedEx. But no, he's 22 and he's got to put his big boy drawers on and go out there and prove everybody wrong. And I say if he plays up to his potential and plays good and shuts all the haters up and performs, I think Jimmy G will be gone by the time trade deadline comes because that $6 million is easier to trade than $27 million.
Now it's going to have to be. Jimmy's going to have to agree to the place, but yeah, it is possible. If he sees an attractive situation and the 49ers are making a move on it, he'll probably say, yeah, let's do that. You know?
I think he'll agree if he see Trey is out there and performing and there's no way that he's going to touch the field, then I don't think he want to stay because if Trey performs and does what he's supposed to do,
you're going to want to go get your own team. But you're not going to want to go to Detroit, Jacksonville, not even Seattle. I don't think Jimmy's interested in going to Seattle. Not really. He might have went there just to keep working. But there's several teams around the league you definitely don't want to go to. So they'd be the ones offering the contract probably.
Well, I just hope this don't divide the locker room. You know, I just hope
they all know each other. They all know each other too well.
I think Jimmy G was professional, and he didn't get in the media, and he didn't get in the media, and he tried just like Debo did. But I just want to win, and we hadn't won a Super Bowl since '94.
I know.
And I was 20-some years old, and I'm almost 50.
You think you have to worry about the locker room as well is the 49ers have actually cultivated that culture to a degree where if you're in that locker room, it's probably because you can be in that locker room. The 49ers aren't going to bring people in there. They're going to be setting fires all over the place. So, yeah, they'll go. And also, Jimmy and Trey have become good buddies, so they're not going to offend each other. Yeah. So I'm feeling good about that.
And I was looking on the Chicago Bears a little wire today, because I scoop. So who's gonna play? I'm always going to their fan website and scoop.
Oh, good.
And I've been hearing a lot of Fields gonna take this game personal because he's upset the 49ers picked over him. So, like I said, we're gonna have to go in there and take care of business. So if we win this first game, I see us really going like 4-0 before we have another hiccup.
We got to play the Rams. I think in the first 4 weeks.
I'm not worried about the Rams. I'm not worried about the Rams.
I'm not either. But I'm just saying the toughest games. Like we got Kansas City, we got Rams twice.
That Kansas City game is going to be a pay-per-view watch,
ain't it? Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's going to be something. It's going to be something. It's going to be.
I'm going to be standing up.
That's going to be something.
I'll be standing up the whole game. I can already tell. I'm not going to be able to sit down because actually the Bears game. I don't know why I keep calling the Bears the Bulls. The Bears game too, because like Justin Fields running around talking, already running smack. Yeah, I'm taking this game personal, man, because they had no bid. I told everybody last year I'm gonna make everybody who didn't pick me and make me get embarrassed picking me way down in this point of this draft. I'm out to let you know you made a mistake. Okay, Justin, you need to calm down.
Yeah.
You know, the defense is what you got to deal with.
If we can push that middle on him, we can box him in because Bosa and the other end they're gonna be all right.
He's getting around that corner.
Want to take off up the middle. He gonna take off up the middle. As long as we can keep that middle pushed up, he gonna have nowhere to go. But he got one receiver he gonna throw to. They'll have no running game. Their offensive line is weak. Their defense is weak. They lost their best pass rusher. They don't really have nothing.
Oh, Chicago needs to be quiet. You know, I just want Grant Cohn to ride with Javon Kinlaw. So when they get by keep him in the bus and keep him in every vehicle and have him in Javon's ear all the time. And then when the game starts, by the time that poor running back comes up the middle, they'll have to call 911. Get that big monster, man.
I'm gonna go Ronbo. I got one more thing before I leave. I got to say,
real quick.
F the Cowboys, F Jerry Jones, and go Niners.
Marcus, you know that's going to be the case here in Big Trouble. I'll talk to you Friday. Hey, Jamie. I haven't talked to Jamie since last season. Jamie.
What's going on, Ronbo?
Good to hear from you again. You know, Jamie, I saw you on Twitter a couple times. Jamie, you're a man who knows when to quit and take a break. Jamie takes time off. Unlike those of us who put us through the 49er misery all the time, because it is fun being a 49er fan, but it's high stress. So, Jamie, you did the right thing. You came back just in time. And look what you come back, and you come right back into drama that you left off with.
Yeah. You got to take a breath every once in a while.
Yeah. Well, Jamie, you could say something about the Jimmy Garoppolo situation in one as well, and maybe tell us how you feel about the 53. Are you cool with this?
Yeah, pretty much. The only thing is, I don't like taking late sack Hyder over what was it, Willis?
Yeah,
I would have taken Willis 10 times out of 10 over Hyder. And bring Hyder back if you're going to bring somebody back. Don't insult Willis like that, you know.
Yeah, he's the guy who saved us last year. You know how Kasurik feels about Hyder, though.
Yeah, but you know what I'm talking about. He's the late sack guy. When the play breaks down and the quarterback's running around, then he'll get a sack. He ain't the pressure sack guy.
Well, Jamie, he does run him out of the pocket. I mean, they see him coming. He's coming slowly, but he's still coming. And
yeah, he's coming slowly. He'll get there sooner or later. As long as you stay back there, he'll get you.
Yeah. This is mean. We can't do this, Jamie. By the way, Kerry, if you actually caught this, I'm just kidding. I don't know about Jamie, but I'm just kidding. I like you.
Yeah. Hasty leaving. I'm not too worried about that. I wasn't his biggest fan. I like that Mason kid. Let's see what he can do
Everybody
this year.
does.
Yeah, give him a shot. See what happens. What else? Oh yeah, I wanted to talk about the center spot. Like, what's going on there? We got one guy at center, and we got Brunskill to back him up. What if Brunskill has to take right guard? And who's our backup center?
The thing is about Brunskill's not even ready to play yet. I don't know how long it's going to be. He's still dealing with a hamstring. So, yeah. And we start in a couple of weeks. So I don't know what the thinking is. We don't have either center. Sutherland.
What happens if Brindle or whatever stubs his toe and he can't play?
Oh, any number of things. Centers get beaten to death every year. Donovan West, they never put him at center, did they? I don't. You know something?
I think they released him. Didn't they put him on waivers or something?
They put him on the cut list. He'll be back on the practice squad, I guess, if they can bring him. If they want to bring him back, along with Malik Turner.
Oh.
But you're right.
Well, I mean, and they did that stuff to Poe too. So who is the backup center? And they released that other guy. They put him on waivers. The one that was getting romped on.
Sutherland.
Yeah, Sutherland. He was just getting romped on every game.
He can't snap. I mean, it's either too high or too low, to the right, to the left. What kind of center is that? They usually get that down by the time they get to this level.
They're not bringing him back. I'm sure they've seen enough of him.
I don't even see him on the cut list, which is really weird. Where's his name? They just must have. Oh, here he is, Keaton Sutherland. Okay, yeah, he's.
Keaton Sutherland.
He'll be back on the practice squad. Jimmy, I can almost guarantee he'll be back on the practice squad. But during the game, if he's on the practice squad, he can't help you. So who does snaps then?
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. That the Zakel guy, did he ever play center? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, they were working with him. They were working with him. That's right. For a little bit. They were trying to make him into a center. Jimmy, I don't like making people into centers. I don't like taking left guards and putting them on the right side. I just don't.
I don't like having one center. Like what is the thought there? I mean, what are you doing to yourself?
It's just scary. And
one good thing I got is they only kept 5 receivers. That means next year we get another receiver in the draft, Ronbo.
Ah, yes. You know, and you and I, Jamie and I have been. It's a big show. We got a club. Jamie, Big Show, and myself. We've been trying to get that speed merchant back there forever. We got one. How do you feel about
we got one.
Mrs. Gray's baby boy? Danny's
so far he's been pretty good.
Yeah, he's taller than I thought too, Jamie.
Yeah, he's not bad. We'll see how he does this year. I was wanting a guy that Seattle picked up after that. I wanted to get 2 fast guys. He was around 4.34 or something, and Gray's a 4.33. And he's a bigger guy. Like the guy that Seattle got, he's big.
Yeah, and that makes a difference when you run downfield. Now they got 2 guys, DK Metcalf and that huge dude in Seattle, and they got good speed. DK's like an alien.
Yeah, but they don't have anybody that can throw him the ball.
Well, all Gino has to do is throw it as hard as he can, and I don't know how far that'll go, but DK will go find it.
Yeah. Well, and we're pretty slim at the safety spot too, so.
Yeah, we were talking about that. So I'm not sure what they're going to do. I think, Jamie, I think they may decide to put Samuel Womack. He's got safety written all over him with his quickness.
I like that kid. I really like that kid. He's going to be around for a while, Ronbo.
Yeah, he's scrappy, too.
He's one of those guys that make the team and he sticks.
Yeah. Tough, fearless, 5'9". 5'9", and he's just a dog. He's up in it every time. I mean, you can hear him growling.
They're not going to beat him, and
he's
not going to get his hand on the ball.
Oh,
yeah.
And he gets underneath. He knows how to use his size too. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Aren't you glad Sudfeld's gone?
I can't put into words how elated. The jubilation overwhelms me. When I first looked at it, I thought I was looking at a mistake. I saw Brock Purdy's name, and I didn't see Nate. I said, okay, this must be something wrong here. Let me click onto another page. I didn't want to get too excited too soon, and then it is true! It's true!
Yeah.
Brock Purdy stays. Thank God.
Yeah. Yeah, big smile immediately.
I like Purdy. I like his style. I think he's going to be okay.
Yeah, he's all right.
Compared to Nate.
He's a little short.
Yeah, no, not a little short. He's really short. But remember, Russell Wilson is going to the Hall of Fame, and he's not going to be 6 foot by the time they induct him either. So
Yeah.
Look at the guy.
If they end up trading Jimmy, and he gets a few starts, you never know. He might stick.
You never know. And
win a couple games.
And look, and they set a new precedent with quarterbacks. If Kyler Murray can get into the NFL and get paid how much money? Now it should be any kid should think if he wants to be a quarterback, if he has aspirations or dreams, pursue them. You could make it.
I can't believe Murray got paid before that other dude in Baltimore.
Lamar Jackson.
What's that about?
And Lamar needs to get an agent and stop trying to talk for himself. They're abusing him. Jamie, our time ran out. I'll see you Friday, since you're back. All right?
Yeah, I'll catch you Friday.
Looking forward to it.
Thanks, Ronbo.
Thank you, Jamie. Night. Hey, Eric. Eric, we're going over the roster. Eric, is there any surprises as far as you're concerned in this roster? How it finally settled?
Well, Jordan Mason making the roster, that was a big surprise. But it was a good one. I do like the Niners keeping 5 receivers. That was a surprise. They usually keep 6. But I like them keeping 5. The reason I like it's 5 is because I know every single one of those receivers has a role on the squad. I think if Malik Turner was on the squad, he would just be primarily for special teams. So all those 5 receivers, they have a role. You know, Debo obviously our number 1. He's number 2. Jawan Jennings, you know, he went hot late last season. Then you have Ray McLeod. He's going to have a role in this team. You know, end around, jet sweeps, things like that. Obviously, Danny Gray is going to be the deep threat. So all those guys have a role in this squad. They have a high chance to get the ball when they are on the field. I just did not see that from Malik Turner. I feel like he would only be on the field most of the time as if someone got hurt. Maybe I would say even like Debo or Ayuk got hurt, then Malik Turner would be on the field. But I didn't necessarily see him on the field with those other guys out there. So that's why I like having 5 receivers.
But, you know, if he passes waivers, I think he'll be back on that practice squad tomorrow.
Well, and that's a good sign, yeah. Obviously, having him on the practice side is a practice squad is a good sign. But I don't necessarily see him, you know, making the active roster other than, you know, injuries and things like that. And in case they do need you know, like if Debo has like a bad ankle and he's ready to go, but they're just scared, so they have another receiver they activate another receiver, you know, for things like that. The safety position is still kind of concerning me. Obviously Tart, you know, got released and people are saying bring him in, but I kind of like Anthony Harris. He was the safety from the Eagles. He was on the Vikings a couple years ago, and I believe he led the league in interceptions one year. I like him. He's a ball hog guy. The Niners don't really have that. So I would like him. If the Niners can claim him, I don't know if he's on waivers or he's just like free to get right now. I think he's a good option. As far as the Trey and Jimmy thing, Ronbo, I know there's a lot of people are saying that this is like all buddy system and things like that, and they're best friends. I don't know. I mean, that could be, I think they're work friends, but other than that, I don't know.
Human nature is going to take over at some point, don't you? Yeah.
Yeah. If people don't know this, but or it's not talked about a lot, but Jimmy and Trey were following each other on social media during the season, and then after the season, they unfollowed each other on social media.
Well, probably because Jimmy thought. Yeah, well, you know, that's no reason just because Jimmy thought he's leaving that he should unfollow him. Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, Trey did say he's a friend for life and things like that. So why would you need to unfollow him on social media, things like that? And same thing with Jimmy. Why would Jimmy need to unfollow him? But Trey did refollow Jimmy following the news of him coming back onto the roster. It's just Jimmy hasn't followed him back yet. But that's because Jimmy's not a social media guy.
Yeah, not only that, Jimmy's not even a social guy. I mean, you could call and text Jimmy, and he's not going to return your call, and he's definitely not going to text back. George Kittle's waiting for a return on some of the things he said to Jimmy on text Jimmy 2 years back. You know, so it's not going to happen. Yeah. Jimmy's just. Yeah, I really wish I knew what he was doing with his time, that he can't respond to messages.
Yeah, it's not that big of a deal. I'm just assuming that because everyone's saying that they're best friends on the field and things like that. It's just, I mean, I don't know. There is a certain level of competition out there. I mean, if you're Trey, I mean, this guy's looking to take your job at some point. Same thing with Jimmy. Trey was right there waiting to take his job and things like that. You don't ever just like be okay with that person. Eric, I mean, again,
all that. I believe all that, but you know what? I think if we investigated Jimmy closely, could Jimmy Garoppolo actually be a gigolo on the side? Maybe that's why he doesn't have time to deal with his buddies. Because why? Eric, if I text you day after day, you're going to get annoyed enough to say, okay, Ronbo, what do you want, man? I'm telling you, But Jimmy never does. What is that?
That's probably why.
And he's not getting paid for his services.
Yes, thank you, Ellis.
That's probably why. Jimmy,
because he's got over $1 million, so
I know. Remember our rule, Ellis. but funny. Thanks. All right, go ahead, Eric.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. No, it's Ellis. Man. That guy can interrupt me anytime. I mean, that guy. Cool. Okay, that guy's a go. Every time he comes in here, he's always talking. He's always talking facts and things like that. Yeah, he's hilarious.
Can't have a show without him.
Yeah, but I think Kyle Shanahan, I mean, if he's texting Jimmy and things like that during the offseason, I'm pretty sure. I mean, Kyle's probably calling him like, hey, let's talk about the playbook and things like that.
Now he
and
is.
Jimmy's like, hell no.
But Eric, remember Kyle?
Armia.
Kyle said the same thing. I've not talked to Jimmy, and Kyle's probably just too embarrassed to say, I've been trying to contact Jimmy for the latter part of the month, and he just hasn't responded, but I'll let you know when he does. We're doing it. Eric, we ran out of time. Production's hitting me.
All right.
Listen, I'll see you Friday, okay? So, all right, fam. So I got it all figured out. Kyle smokes dope, and Jimmy's a gigolo. Okie he says any top 10 defenses will shut down Lance. Okay, you know what? Rest assured, Kyle's got a plan. He will protect. Kyle's already made it clear. He even said in a statement, the season I never anticipated depending fully on Jimmy, and I don't fully expect that to be the case with Trey either. That's what I've been trying to tell people for a long time. Kyle doesn't put all the heavy lifting on one particular person, especially the quarterback. He has that. It's very intelligent football in my mind, too. Distribute that load so your whole team is beaten up on the other team. You don't put all the eggs in one basket and your distributor cap is the only thing you got going. No, Kyle's got woofers. That dude's got an engine out there that's just going to kick your ass, not just one part. Hey, Fly Guy.
It was good. I'm broke.
Fly Guy, man, we're just looking at this roster shutdown, man. What are you thinking as far as your feeling on the roster? Did everything come out the way you wanted it to or expected it to? You surprised by anything?
Yeah.
Right.
Remember, I said Brock Purdy gonna make the team,
and you did say that.
Get cut. Yeah, and he was like, no.
I can start making notes of these things. You did. I do remember that though.
Yeah, because I've seen it. Because 49ers don't have no choice but to keep Brock because they can't put Brock on cut him whatever, and then end up on the Seahawks. Brock will kill him.
You know what?
So
though?
you got to keep him.
You know what though? The thing is, let me see. Brock, he's cheaper too, right? So therefore, you don't have to worry about the money now you save by letting him go and keep Brock, get rid of Nate and keep this guy. Makes things a lot better.
And then the talent they see in Brock is like you cannot let another team grab him, Ronbo. That's the thing. We cannot let Seahawks grab Brock and we be done. We be cooked. I'm telling you. Not keeping on Brock.
He hasn't got to that point yet, but he might in another year or so.
Look at Mac Jones. How quick he took off. It's not even. Some players got talent. I can see it in him. Some players don't need time to like Lance. He's not ready. He's gonna develop. Brock come in there and trying to light shit up. Like you understand what I'm trying to say?
No, I do.
Brock
looks like he's been around for a while. I mean, you see him out there in the field. There's no fear in him. He seems to be knowing exactly what he's doing. And like me, he thinks Willie Snead's a jerk. Catch the ball, Willie.
If you look at if you look at the last preseason game, Brock was and everybody's talking about the offensive line. But how come Brock did real good? Same offensive line.
Yeah,
there were people not thinking like, come on, man.
He knew how to escape pressure. And you know the reason why he's escaping pressure? Jimmy looked like that in his first year. I didn't even think Jimmy saw the pressure coming. And Jimmy was rolling around, directing players into position. I said, and Brock Purdy was doing something like that. And that's
he had over 100-something yard passing, and Nate and Lindsey had none of that stuff. Like because Brock is a different animal. I'm telling you, the way he see the whole field like quick, nowhere to go, nowhere to run. He looked like a little Russell Wilson back there. Pumping with the ball.
Don't make fun of little people.
Huh? I like Brock. Don't be shocked if Trey Lance get hurt and Jimmy G not playing right, and boom, you see Brock.
That means you're down to the last option, but yeah, that would be interesting.
And
we'll see.
You never know. He can save the day.
You know what's good about Brock too? He'll be doing the practice squad, And Brock is going to be running around doing a lot of things we're going to need to do. What was that year that we did so well against running quarterbacks? Who was that? Oh, it was Trey last year that was helping the team get up to speed against mobile quarterbacks.
No, but if 49ers don't make the playoff, who gets fired? John or Cal?
I don't think Jed's going to let those guys go. Yeah, Fly Guy, who are you gonna replace them with? Everybody says there's people out there now. Peyton would be good. Sean Payton. Who else? There's not a lot of coaches that you can really believe in.
No, I say somebody in that circle between Kyle and John is making some wrong decision, because they could have got Mac Jones and they went with Trey Lance. Now it's like you got a backup, you gave $2 million and you didn't even keep him. It's like, you know how much money John Lance will waste? He had D Ford sitting on the bench collecting billions of dollars, billions, more than the owner made.
You can't really blame. I don't know if you can actually put some blame on John for that, because when they got him, he was okay, and then he got unhealthy. If you want to blame somebody, blame Parag for that contract that the 49ers couldn't get out of, and everybody else's contract they make, they can always get out of. They couldn't get out of this one, which is very bizarre. That's the first time I've seen the 49ers do that.
The best strategy they had against any player was Jimmy G. So they cornered Jimmy G. They know he wasn't going to get no trade. They cornered him to get $6 million. That's the best strategy they had against any player.
Normally they write contracts like that. They're all front-loaded or back-loaded, one or the other, but never just a straight contract, right?
I believe Jimmy G going to get them back. Something going to happen. They're going to call Jimmy G to come in the game, play, and Jimmy G going to go out there, and then with 4 or 5 passes, he's going to limp off the field
don't even talk that as this is. Jimmy G's got to stop getting hurt. That's why we lost last year. Jimmy G got hurt. People all they forgot that the man was playing out there damn near crippled, and that's how they think he was. I said, and the Rams know damn well they'd better be glad that somebody up there likes him to make sure Garoppolo comes in with a bad hand, a bad shoulder, and the best left tackle in the NFL dragging his foot. That's the only way. Garoppolo's beating that team in his sleep, and they know it. So, this is just, G cannot get hurt. He'll beat your ass if he get hurt. But when he gets hurt, he's like, I know.
Ronbo, you didn't understand what I said. I said, since 49ers cornered Jimmy G into getting $6 million, Jimmy G going to have a plan of getting them back. So if they're not winning, they put Jimmy G in. Jimmy G going to pretend like he hurt like D Ford. So I'm hurt. It's a joke.
G5, we got to go, fam. Maybe. It sounds like a plan. I'll see you Friday.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, Jay.
Ronbo. Hello. You hear me?
Jay, I can hear you loud and clear. Come on in, man.
Yeah. Yep. Sucks that, we cut Nate Sudfeld, honestly.
What did you say? It sucks? What?
Wait, what? It sucks that.
Are you a Nate Sudfeld fan?
Yeah, I'm a fan of the $2 million that we gave him for free. I think I'm a fan of that.
No, I thought you said it sucks that we cut him. You have no problem with us cutting him.
No, I'm just kidding. It's not even my money, so I don't care. But,
you did save $2 million though. Well, maybe if somebody picks him up, it's guaranteed.
No, it's guaranteed. I think. I don't know. I think he automatically gets that $2 million. So, good for him,
Yeah.
Yeah, but it sucks that we cut Jason Poe.
Yeah, everybody's uncomfortable with that. We could have used him for a lot of things besides playing offensive line, too. That's what I'm thinking. Because Jason Poe, I was dying to see the 49ers throwing the ball. Because you talk about a shock. Because you're going to see him line up on the line of scrimmage. Hey, what's he doing? I don't forget his number. And, of course, he doesn't have to declare eligibility. All he has to do is line up outside of the front 4 or 5 linemen, right? And now he's another position player. Big Poe runs down the field. Defender bounces off of him. Trey Sermon drops it over gently on the pole, drops it down, and damn near killed the tackler. And then here goes running, rumbling into the end zone. Touchdown, Niners. I lose my mind laughing on that. Oh, God.
Probably, I think we should sign Quattress Knight. I know people are, they're worried about him dropping that interception, but he's still a good player in my opinion. He knows our system, and I think we should just sign him. To be honest, like it's not even gonna cost that much, anyways. It's gonna cost like what, $900,000 or $1 million? I don't know. But,
league minimum? I don't know what the league minimum. It's got to be at least $1 million, I think.
I think last year he got paid $900,000 or something. I don't know, something like
really?
that.
Is that the league minimum?
I think so. I don't know. If it is.
He's having to live poor.
Or $1 million, I don't know, or something like that. But he's still good in my opinion. I don't know why the Eagles cut him. Yeah, but I mean, the Eagles
got a good team.
I think they got a better safety actually today. I don't know I forgot what's the name of that guy, but I think they got him from the Saints. The Eagles did, but what's it called? Yeah, honestly, the one that really sucks is that we cut what's it called, Macquarie Ball. That guy, honestly, I liked that guy, to be honest.
I know, yeah. The guy's got a big heart, a lot of attitude. They'll put him back on the practice squad. He probably just needs time. A lot of those guys are just coming in and they just haven't got enough reps in yet. And you're being around the linebackers we got. He can learn a lot. So we'll see.
Yeah. Hopefully he's in our practice squad because we're gonna cut one of those guys, Trey Greenlaw or Aziz, next year. So because we can't pay them both.
Oh, yeah. Wow. You're right. And that guy, Luby, the guy's the really fast guy that they had. He's going to be in the practice squad. They're going to work with him. Yeah, Segon Luby, 4'4". You know what? He was trying to make his mind up whether he wanted to play basketball or football, and he realized he was too short to play basketball at 6'2". Segon Olubi, Olubi. That dude can move.
Who was that? Luby, is that a linebacker or what?
Linebacker, yeah. He's a linebacker.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but, honestly, about yesterday, Ronbo, I'm not really that mad. I'm clearly not, so happy about it, that Jimmy's in the team. We should have honestly just gotten a different, a better, what's that guy's name? That Tyrod Taylor guy? We should have just got him in because, Jimmy, he knows the locker room now, and they like him and stuff because, he's a winner and stuff, and, whatever. And another thing, I think Kyle's a bad head coach, to be honest with you. He's a great play caller, but he ain't a good head coach, to be honest. Because look what Bill Belichick did. He literally cut Cam Newton,
hey,
twice. What the fuck?
And look what the Vikings did today. They said, "Man, you can say goodnight. We got Nick Mullins."
Yeah, what? Ain't no way.
Yeah, they did.
Wait, they cut him? Oh, my God. For Nick Mullins, that's crazy. That's crazy. But, one last thing, Ronbo.
I know.
Yeah. But,
Jim, we got to go.
Okay. I'll talk about it next time, Ronbo. You have a
good. Bring back Friday. Okay. Yo, Slick.
From SF to NY worldwide. We're bigger than a nation. We're a mother effing empire.
Yes.
What's so Rambo?
Just sit back, Slick, watching the days go by before the season starts, and it's all about to happen. Can't wait till the season. This is going to be the craziest season because of the way it's coming in. Slick, what are you thinking, man? Did you appreciate the cut list and everybody that's on it? And should we put somebody back on there? We didn't hear from you about Jimmy being re-signed and shocking the entire media. I mean, it's funny. Everybody in the media, damn, I didn't see that coming, So what are you thinking?
I thought everybody, of the rest of the teams that needed a quarterback, thought that they were going to cut him and they were going to get Jimmy for whatever they wanted to give him and stuff. But little did they know that Kyle always has a plan behind the plan and another plan. That's an A, B, and C, and D.
True.
I know people are like all these like Jimmy haters and stuff that they seem to forget that we win, that Jimmy has always won. Maybe we didn't win the Super Bowl and the bonehead plays here and there, but Jimmy is a winner. And I don't mind us keeping Jimmy for that price. I wouldn't want to pay 25 mil, but for the 6.5 that we got, plus incentives, and we're not even going to pay him that much because he's not even going to step on the field. I don't see Trey Lance. I don't see Trey Lance getting hurt. I see him having a great year. If what they say about Jimmy is that the great defense and the running game carried him, what the hell do you think Trey Lance is going to do to you?
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
they're going to run. They got 5 running backs, fam. We didn't have that many last year, not on the active roster, not on the 53. We got 5 running backs. Kyle's not going to run out of running backs.
I'm so glad that Jordan Mason made the team, because you already knew that Hasty was going to make the practice squad because nobody's going to pick him up because he's undersized. I mean, he's a good player, but he's undersized. And the rest, like Trey Sermon, you already know what he could give you. TDP, they're big backs, big, strong, fast backs. So, I mean, Kyle still wants to see what they could do, and you already know what Hasty could do. So, as far as like the players that I think are gonna make the squad, that I hope to make the squad, it's Olubi. I think he could be really good, future player, and also Jason Poe, McCurry Ball, McKnight. I think like they said like Tyler Croft is also like, and Willis is going to be re-signed, right?
Yeah.
But I'm excited because I mean, I actually don't mind that Jimmy's back for that price because we're paying him. He took like a huge pay cut, So I know people were tripping, distraction, or it's gonna
no, it's like you said, Slick, some people don't care about anything other than the fact that they just hate this guy. Grant went nuts, and at $6 million, it's not a big deal. That's what I'm saying.
But Grant be hating on Jimmy. He always been hating on Jimmy. That's what I'm saying.
This is that is the mindset of a lot of people, and they don't care if they'd have paid Jimmy $2 million. And they still would have been pissed. So I'm saying, that's raw rage and hate. Because come on. You don't think he's better than Nate Sudfeld?
Exactly. That was my point.
Jesus.
I mean, you rather had Nate Sudfeld. I mean, come on, man. It's like the fact that Jimmy agreed to taking the pay cut and he agreed to being a backup. He knows that he's going to be a backup. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what are you complaining about?
And first
you're bitching about the 25 million.
Yeah, what are you still mad about? Let it go. What is the problem?
Not only that, but I mean, people are always talking crap about management, like Shanahan and John Lynch. But look at what they've done so far. They know what the hell they're doing.
Yeah.
So far, we've been to like 2 NFC championships, and we're always a contending team. Like after Jimmy came, that this team is stacked. We got like the best tight end, the best linebacker, the best receivers, and now we got like one of the best quarterbacks. I mean, it's still, we haven't seen it yet, but I mean, you're gonna see it.
And Slick, do you know Dak Prescott alone makes more money than our entire QB room? And what are the Cowboys? And how about them Cowboys? What are the Cowboys doing? Ain't doing a damn thing.
Telling you, it's like, man, I can't wait. All right, Ronbo, I just wanted to check in.
I'm loving
give my
it too.
2 cents.
Hey,
I just been tripping on all these people that call your show. I'm like, man, do you even know what the hell you're talking about? Talking about we lost Brock Purdy to the Seattle will be over. Come on, man. Jesus.
Calm down.
Like, dude, I mean, and as far as that Purdy, that interception he did, like he's so small that he couldn't see over the lineman, so that's why he didn't see the linebacker. You know, but Trey Lance is 6'4", so he doesn't gonna have that problem.
But Slick, I'm still not forgiving Willie Snead for dropping that pass. But anyway, fam, we got to go. And I tell you what, I'll be back Friday. Okay?
All right, Ronbo. See you then.
All right, Slick. Good to hear from you. You know
Good night.
And All-Star Luna says, don't act like Jimmy don't make plays. Debo and Jimmy cover lots of O-line mistakes. Amen to that. Boy, some people just never notice that kind of thing. They only notice the mistakes. But Debo and Jimmy out there connecting them short passes, doing a job. It ain't nothing to do with Jimmy. It's all Debo. Hey, Tony.
Hey, Ronbo.
Well, Tony, here we are. The roster's been cut down to 53. And is there any names you'd like to remove and switch that are on that roster right now?
I told you, Ronbo, that Trey Sermon, because Kyle picked him, he's going to stay.
Yep. I know.
I was surprised. I mean, maybe if you can add these guys onto the practice squad, Malik Turner.
Yeah.
Jason Poe.
Yes.
I would have swapped Michael Hasty for Trey Sermon.
Yeah.
What about that kid? Did he do any good, Tariq Castro Fields?
Yeah, I understand they want to bring him back and put him on the. He's cut.
He ran a 4.3.
Yeah, he's going to be on the practice squad if they can get him. Now, somebody's got to get him waived. Not all of them are going to come back. Because Pete Carroll, you know how he is. He's watching. So.
And me, Ronbo, I like to stir the pot, create a bit of controversy. Just to listen to the Slickster there. Talking about people don't know what they're talking about. Slickster, this one's for you. Are we still going to be blowing praise up Shanahan's ass in 2 years' time and we still haven't won a Super Bowl? And he's going to be there 10 years? Well, 8 years?
Will that be 8? That'll be close to that 10 years. Yeah. That's going to be interesting to see how this year comes out. If I had to make a prediction, I couldn't make one right now.
Ask yourself another question. If you gave this Super Bowl ready team to Billy Belichick, would he get you across the line?
I wonder. Or even Sean Payton. But Sean's had some good teams too. Tony, the Super Bowl is really tough to win. To get there is already a humongous task. But to get there and win it, that just takes it's a miracle. It's really tough.
It is tough, Ronbo. I know that in this day and age with all the salary cap issues and keeping players on your roster and things like that.
And out of jail because half of them are misbehaving. It's just tough. I mean, look at Cleveland and Deshaun Watson. I bet you Cleveland said, we'd be a great team right now if,
But the running back room stands out. Tight ends, not to mention that. The D-line, obviously, the wide receiver room's looking crazy. Secondary, maybe I'll get a bit of flack for this, but the only question mark I've got, because I feel as though I haven't seen enough from him to be 100% confident. I'm like 80% confident, but Talanoa.
Oh, Funga. Yeah. You know what? I want to see him this year. Last year was his rookie year, right? I want to see what he looks like this year. Yeah. We've seen him in preseason, but, there was no game plan or strategies involved. I think he's that kind of guy that needs to go through some rehearsal and things like that, and then he shines. We'll see with him. But you're not really thinking he's what would you rather do? Would you move him? What would you do?
I don't know at this point. I'd just like to see more of him, But I think he's a little bit slow. Yeah, and my gripe on Trey Sermon is he just doesn't want to put the foot in straight away and go. He's a little bit tentative. Whereas you see Mason, as soon as Mason gets a ball, he's coming down already hit 100 mile an hour. And
this could be the
committed,
wrong offense
you know?
for Trey Sermon, Tony. We'll see. But if I had my choice, I said, guys, running backs don't take forever to develop. Sometimes, but if he moves to another offense, he'd probably be better off. And we need somebody else.
You know, I'm glad the quarterback room sorted out. You know, for all those people that are screaming about and smoked about 5 joints last night about Jimmy. I mean, he's going to help Trey. I think he's going to be a good asset towards Trey moving forward, especially in tight games. You know, he can give him some little bit of advice, a bit of confidence, tell him, you know, just loosen up, don't worry about it. You know, you got it, you got this. Just play the game the way you see it. And I'm sure they're going to get along fine. And it's
Jimmy's
in
professional.
Jimmy's best.
He's not going to be
It's
out
in
there.
Jimmy's best. Yeah, it's in Jimmy's best interest to stay in the game so that he can move on next year. I think that's why he's taken that contract.
Sure.
Because
And also,
to sit it out.
if I'm an owner or GM, it shows the character this guy's got. I want this guy on my team if I'm another GM.
Yeah.
And his record doesn't hurt him any either, you know? Even though he had nothing to do with it, okay, but that's still, the numbers are down on the page. If I'm looking at him, I don't care if he didn't do it. He was on the field at the time, so somebody had to be doing something, you know?
I mean, Grant Cohen said something about Trey Lance through a third down pass or some shit like that, and that Jimmy couldn't do. And I just quickly looked up his stats, and I thought, you idiot. 2019, Jimmy led the whole entire league
on third down
completion.
That's right.
What a moron. And I want to see Javon Kinlaw in a press conference when Grant asked him a question. I just want Javon Kinlaw to turn around and say,
Tony, everybody's waiting for that.
I just don't want him to even acknowledge him. As soon as Grant asks the question, I want Javon to say, next, please.
I think Grant won't ask him any questions at the press conference. Well, I can't wait for that day to come in. Well, wait and see. Tony, we got to go. I'll look for you Friday.
All right, brother. Shout out to everyone, and see you in the next chapter.
I'm looking forward to it, Tony. Have a great day.
Yeah,
cheers.
Cheers.
And Bubble says Jimmy wanted to stay because of the culture and his players love him. Instead of acting selfish, he did the opposite by helping Trey. Thank you, Jimmy. And Bubble, that's absolutely. Jimmy Garoppolo is the consummate professional. The guy's sitting over on the field. He's not disturbing. He's not making riffs. He's over on the opposite side of the facility, while the other guys are working out. Jimmy doesn't want anybody coming over talking to him and whispering anything, so other players thinking, I wonder what they're talking about. You know, the guy amazes me. Because that's why I made that song for him. He's just a Jimmy. He's just a Garoppolo. And everywhere he goes, people know the part Jimmy's playing. Jersey.
Hello?
Jay.
No, you got me cracking up. What did you say? You said Jimmy's a gigolo and Kyle what?
That's why he has no time. Jimmy's resting. He's worn out. He's trying to juggle football and being on call all the time. You know, it's wearing him out. So that's why when he doesn't answer George and the other guys, he's busy.
Hey, bro, I wanted to ask you, maybe I'm the only one, but is anybody else worried about playing the Donkeys? Am I the only one?
The Donkeys?
Denver. Sorry.
Oh, that's right.
I got
not the Broncos, but the Donkeys. The Denver Donkeys.
Hell no. Fuck the Broncos. I'm sorry.
Milo.
Block me.
All right, Milo. Please don't do it. All right. But listen, you know what? Because Russell's over there, I'm going to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
He's got a better team now. And you know how we're allergic to Russell Wilson? Well, JJ, boy, that's a good question. We're going to be talking a lot before that game, too. Man, I don't know.
Well, see, the only thing that I was worried about that Seattle would ever figure out, and they never did, was that they never got that doing an offensive line. Remember, wasn't it last year they were complaining about it? Like you saying, like, you know, I want more control, otherwise I want to be out.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody forgot about that.
I didn't. I remember he's sitting at the booth at the Super Bowl when Tom Brady was out there winning. You know what? I wish I had an offensive line. I could do that.
And now he's got that and got weapons. I'm telling you right now, Ronbo, I'm just gonna say it. Trey's a bust. You're gonna need Jimmy for that team.
He'll be okay.
You're gonna need it.
You know.
Hey, Ronbo, you see what I did right there?
Yeah.
You thought I was talking about Trey Lance and Jimmy Garoppolo, didn't you?
I did. You fooled me. But you know what though? The more I think about the Broncos, we played in what, week 4? Week 5? Somewhere in there? Week 4.
I think it's week 4.
Okay. We played the Rams after that.
You're going to need Jimmy for that game.
You know what? The first 8 games, boy. We start out with what should be easy, and then all of a sudden it turns to pure hell for about 4 weeks straight. The Falcons are in there, but if anybody thinks about we're going to beat up the Falcons this year, the Falcons have been building for 2 years now. You know what I'm saying?
Who's the quarterback?
Mariota, and he looks a lot better. Boy, Mariota looked good in that preseason. I don't know what that's going to mean for the regular season, but he ain't no chump.
It's preseason, Rumble.
Everybody says
Everybody starts bitching about him. Oh, God.
You know, Mon lost his job because of preseason in Minnesota, and Nick Mullins says, I'll take his job. Thank you.
Of course he would. I like that drunk caller a couple of callers ago. He was cracking me up. The one that said that Kyle's not really a good head coach.
Was that Fly Guy?
I got No, Fly Guy was the one before that, but actually Fly Guy said something too that I'm surprised he said it because I was thinking it, but I didn't want to say it. As far as Brock Purdy being elusive like Russell Wilson, I didn't want to compare a third-string quarterback to Russell Wilson, but I did see that though. The kid is really shifty, and I like that. But.
Yeah, and I remember that one guy was right on him. He threw him a hip and went the other way. I said, "Oh, look at that! Oh," and he's still looking downfield the whole time. Avoided that misery and kept moving. Brock Purdy, I don't know. Somebody made a mistake because of his 6'1"ness, I guess.
Yeah, back to Kyle. He's really lately he's been getting me real questionable. I'm saying to trade the bus. I don't know why, and you think I'm talking about Lance, don't you? Talk about Sermon. Why the hell? Why
he's talking
would
about
you
the
keep
upper body.
Sermon? I don't get it.
I have no idea.
You got rid of Carlos Hyde, and you picked up another Carlos Hyde.
Yeah. And he didn't like Carlos. And, I don't know. We're going to find out if he plays a lot. He's going to – so what was that? Jim Thurl, we kept him just so he can be that healthy scratch each and every week during game time. Who is going to be the healthy scratch, though? You know what? There is somebody. He's not going to – Kyle's not going to activate the last one of those backs every game. Maybe 3.
No. Yeah. I kind of had a saying for the Jimmy haters, and it's not really a bad thing, but it's something you said earlier, Ronbo, as far as 2017, how Jimmy was running around, right?
Yeah.
Very, very mobile.
Yeah.
And then it stopped once he got Kyle's playbook. I hope he doesn't demobilize Trey, if you know what I'm saying.
I think he's learned.
You know what I'm saying?
Remember, because we saw Jimmy running around last year a little way more than we used to. I think Jimmy had to sign an affidavit after he tore his ACL. You'll stay in that pocket. I don't ever want to see you dashing for the sidelines again. I really do. And then everybody, he's so stiff.
Heard that, but is that really real? Or
I don't know. All I know is, like I said, Jimmy changed style as soon as he learned the playbook. JJ, we gotta go and look forward to hearing from you. JJ, it's really cool because we're hearing from you a lot these days. I love it. All right. See you Friday.
I'm on the road, and I don't know what to say. At this point, I'm just trolling, Ronbo. I really don't care.
You're a great troll. We love it. And Big Show enjoys it. I'll see you Friday.
All right, bud.
Night, fam. Hey, Brian.
Hey, Ronbo, how are you tonight?
Brian, we're fabulous. Now we got our team, and now we've gotten past that step, and the guy's going to get busy. I understand the media is not going to be allowed to bother them for the next 2 weeks. I thought maybe 1 week, and we have okay, I see. Because we don't play for another 2 weeks. They'll be allowed there 1 day a week on a Wednesday, and yeah, that's how it works. All right. Anyway, Brian, what are you thinking? Are you satisfied with this roster? Did you see some things you'd like to change back, going for another direction? What are you thinking?
Well, I don't want to be like, oh, I told you so, and I was rooting for that guy, and I'm so glad. No, one, I always root for the best player. I root for the player that the team decides to pick. I'm not the coach. I'm not a scout. I'm just a humble, player. That former, high school football kicker who sits on the couch and watches the game on the weekend. So, like Monday morning quarterback, that's me. So for whatever the team decides, because again, like I'm not paying. So like, yeah, I got people that are like, yeah, I'm really happy that they got and they didn't get, but okay, to be really honest with you, I like Purdy. I'm glad they kept Purdy. It's really amazing. It's the most exciting thing probably all season. Besides the Deshaun Watson thing, that's not really exciting. That's really horrible. But the Jimmy news. I mean, like for them to, like this whole everything up and down this whole season. That's probably been like Debo. That was like torment, and then losing a couple other players. That was horrible because we lost our center because he got married and whatever. But no, the running backs, Hasty, he's been on our team for a while, but he's always been, he's like one of those like mini Marshawn Lynch kind of guys. Maybe it's the dreadlocks, I'm not sure, but he's a shifty kind of guy. But when he's supposed to catch the ball, because he's always supposed to be like our pass catcher on third down, he ends up dropping it sometimes, or he just, I don't know. Like that's why we always liked Wilson, because Wilson could he'd get the ball and he'd score a touchdown or something.
And rarely drops it. That's true. Wilson's good at that.
But the problem with Wilson is he's been injured, and but they see a lot of talent with him, so they like Wilson. I like Mitchell, and I think they kept TDP if I'm not mistaken. I glanced at it.
Oh yeah,
I gotta
they had
look
to.
again. I got
third round pick.
And Sermon, they kept Sermon, and I thought they'd keep Sermon even though he might not be, at first, a lot of people liked Sermon. Everybody was all Sermon, and then like more and more practice came out, and this might be our
reputation out of Ohio State. Yes, that died.
But this might be our problem because I know, like a lot of older fans. I'm like maybe in the middle of the fans. A lot of the older fans know we didn't get all this media publicity. We didn't get all this, practice, stuff like this. Where it's like 20 minutes off of Twitter, and somebody else says something, and it's like. No, you get like the Stockton Record, or you get the, the Chronicle or something like that, and then next thing you know, you'd be able to read that, the sports section, and that's about all the news you get. Maybe a little bit of news at nighttime when the news would come on, they'd say a little sport clip, but they wouldn't, they weren't telling you a whole bunch of stuff. So
details at 11.
Yeah. You really have to dig for this stuff. So with social media becoming such a, thing and just getting bigger and bigger, and players being able to reach out and stuff, and unfollowing a team and not following a team, and other people knowing about that, and like truly we're breaking it down to where we can call. And I've called him before and been, well, the reason he's in a doghouse is because he unfollowed the team. Well, that happened to that happened to players last year. And when you're in the doghouse, you want to get out of the doghouse. So do you start following the team again, or do you start practicing? Do you stop listening to social media? And for people to come on and say, we've had this a couple of times, like the Kinlaw thing happened too. And it wouldn't have happened if it wasn't social media. Like the whole issue wouldn't have happened. Grant and him would have seen each other in like the locker room, and it would have happened there. But for it to
probably
be
there
like,
too. Yeah. Just
yeah, it was because they're not gonna keep that happening. We got rid of who was it, Charles Haley, because he was throwing chairs in the locker room.
Charles needed medication and wasn't taking it all the time. See, that's.
But
whoa.
That's the kind of like thing with the Niners. If you're a really good player, they'll let you go because of your demeanor to
bad
the team, your
dispositions.
attitude.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like I think that's the reason T.O. got let go. I think that's the reason a lot of players that come like. We had a player, I think it was Antonio Bryant. He got a DUI. He was a really good wide receiver for us that one year, and then he got a DUI. They let him go. Yeah. The reason we didn't get Mac Jones, more than likely the DUI.
One thing is hips were too wide, and also we got DUI'd. Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter what we like. We're fans. We can voice all we want, and now we got this platforms and social media. The Niners are listening.
Yeah.
But for like everybody calling him beer gut and stuff like that. No, I didn't want Mac Jones. Let's be very clear. But the team is hearing that. The franchise is like, are we really going to make Mr. Beer Gut, the face of the franchise? No, they're not going to do that.
Brian, that's a subject for a whole subject for another day. How much are decisions made based upon public opinion, and where do you get public opinion? All over the internet. So the information's there to be tapped into. Do you take it seriously, or do you stick with your own decisions? It is. I do believe it's impacted a lot by that. Yeah, I agree.
They definitely are listening. There's too many media outlets, and social everything for these guys not to be listening to. They probably have people that are just sitting there.
That's all they do.
To go to
monitor
the channel.
I bet that's true.
But
well, Brian, we're going to go.
I'm very excited about the season. Let me let you go. Thank you so much, and I'll call in again here soon. We'll talk a little bit more about the roster. I'm just I'm just really blown away that they've made the decisions that they've made, and we now have the best quarterback room in the league. Hey, have a good night, Robert.
It's expensive. Night, Brian. Night, Ollie, Lily, Tony.
All right. Yeah, good night.
And Brand New says, you the man, Ronbo, always enjoy your show. Thanks, Brand New. Thank you so much. Just like messing with the faithful, it's all fun and games. I respect your passion. But Brand New, if you see ready to go, have no respect whatsoever, treat him with extreme prejudice. I mean, what is this? It's the coach is back. Hey, coach, how you doing? Uh-oh, coach, I got no sound on you. Coach hasn't done this in a while. He's forgot how he's one button shy of having audio. Coach, look through, make sure you got everything done there. I'm going to come back to you. Yeah, we still. We unmuted you, Coach. There's something with your mic connection. I'm not sure what it is.
How about now?
I heard it. I was going to say, I heard it click. Yeah, you're on now, Coach. Come on in. How you doing? Give me a little. Can you pump the volume up a little bit, though? You're a little low.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I'll get this thing right. Been a while since I've been on here. Yeah, it's, how's that? Any better?
No, it's still a little low. Do you have any, can you raise it any more levels? Because it's really faint.
It's on my microphone.
Okay, is that as high as it'll go? Because
No, it'll go higher. Hang on a second.
Oh yeah, definitely give yourself some more. You need about 3 or 4 volumes higher.
Huh. Strange. Well, everything's on.
All right, good. Well, Coach, maybe you have to boom it out there and talk a little louder if you can. But go ahead, let's give it a try.
Okay. Yeah, so how's everybody been? How you been?
Yeah, doing all right. I've been going through this madness since last season. Coach, we didn't hear from you a lot during last season. I saw you on the chat, but it was really suffering last year. I mean, we got right there to the doorstep and then go down because of injury again. And I don't care what anybody says. If we wouldn't have been injured, the Rams aren't beating the 49ers that day. But go ahead.
Yeah, no, that was mostly just dealing with some illness and stuff like that. But this is now my 50th year as a 49er fan. You believe it?
I Coach, from the stories you've told me.
Oh.
Yeah, I can still hear you. You can't go not one volume lower. I can still hear you. Coach, from some of the great stories you've told me and your experience in coaching and everything, yeah, I can believe that.
Yeah, it's been a ride. I tell you, this year, looking at that roster, there were a couple of surprises. Toure was one. I thought he was going to make the team. And I think in the running back room, I mean, I was surprised we cut Hasty over Sermon. I don't know. What do you think of that? I mean, Sermon, to me, Sermon hasn't been the same since he got walloped. What was that, 2 seasons ago?
No,
I mean,
it was last year because this is his second year,
last
right?
Year, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, he got bent over, just practically broke in half.
Yeah,
and I think he realized his mortality then, you know.
I mean, you could be right, you know, because you get your bell rung just about right, and you start to wonder if this is the game you want to play, like Dante Pettis. Pettis may be over it now, but he definitely bailed out of fear that year.
I think so, yeah. Yeah, some guys, you know, I mean, they're, you know, it's a physical game. I mean, grown men.
Yeah, it's not like high school and college. Not even like college. These are grown men that have been, man, hit you at 100 miles an hour. You hear that, you know, that famous bell when you get just right, boom, you hear that sudden bell ring. It's, oh. Yeah, you're out.
Yeah,
you got a concussion.
So yeah. In the Marine Corps.
Yeah, yeah, right.
Made a man out of me.
God.
I tell you, it's tough, man. Those guys are, you know, and you know, the other thing is, Hasty was running hard. I mean, he was running, you know, he was on a mission this year, and we didn't have the greatest blocking. I mean, I think right now our offensive line is still our weakness. I think going into this season. Center, I've heard some people talking about that. Brendel's pretty good center though. Remember he came out of Miami. Yeah, he's a little smallish, but he did pretty good in Miami though. I mean, he didn't do bad. So remember Daniel Kilgore when he was traded to Miami.
Yeah. Kilgore was not bad. He was a little short, is what I remember, right? But pretty
Brendel
strong.
Was their starting center. That's why he couldn't make the starting lineup.
In Miami, okay.
Yeah, Brendel was the starter. So
that says something, actually.
Yeah, I mean he can play. Forrester knows him well, you know. So I trust Forrester's judgment. But I tell you though, we got to get. I mean, McGlinchey. All of a sudden, McGlinchey's playing. He was
working
benched,
out.
I guess for a little while. I guess he was just rehabbing or whatever, getting stronger.
Yeah.
But you figured Kyle was kind of saving him.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, you know, certain dynamics, linebacker pretty much as I expected. Same thing with the secondary. Although Tariq Castro Fields was a surprise, I thought we'd keep him. But he'll be back.
Practice squad for sure. Yeah, you don't get rid of 4-3 guys.
Yeah, it's just you know, I don't know. I mean, coaches know more than we do. They're there every day.
Yeah, they're watching
everything.
True.
That's why I don't hate on them, because I've been in that round where I was evaluating players, and you know, family members, friends would come up to you and they go, "Hey, is this guy going to be the starting quarterback?" You know, and I was like, "Well, he hasn't quite got the playbook down yet."
You had to come up with a quick excuse, right?
Yeah, and it would help if he could take a snap without fumbling it, you know.
Parents are the worst. Coach, if you had to deal with parents and close friends or anything like that.
I'm talking about adults, though.
Well, I know.
Their wives and girlfriends and brothers and sisters, you know. So it was tough. I mean, it was tough sometimes. So
because you got to be pleasant about telling him he's probably not going to cut the mustard as far as a starter. You can't say that to somebody, you know, but we're going to keep him around.
Quarterback, maybe. But maybe not, but maybe another position, you know. He turned out to be a great clipboard holder, though. But, yeah, I mean, you know, some people I've heard some scuttlebutt in there about talking about Kyle not being a good coach and all that. That's BS. I mean, Kyle knows his stuff. Everybody around the league knows he does.
Yeah.
Because they got to face him, and they know, you know.
It's always
every
rough.
Team's been, they've all been victims of his, so.
Coach, before we run out of time, though, here's the thing I want to ask you about Kyle. Kyle has gotten to the point now, he hasn't gotten as bad as Bill Belichick, but Kyle sometimes behaves as if it's none of your business type of thing when you're asking him certain questions. And he'll usually get really flippant about the answer, or he'll evade the answer or come off with something in another direction. Are you seeing that, and what would cause that?
Well, you get a little jaded as a coach when the media kind of stabs you in the back a few times. That's what's happened to him. When he came in, you got to remember, when he came in as head coach, our media was already raising doubt about him, and because he lost that Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
Which really, I mean, in my opinion, watching the game, I don't think he had anything to do with that loss. I think it was the defense of Atlanta that caused that loss, and the head coach, which was Dan Campbell, or Dan, what was his name? Dan. God, he used to be a 49er coach too.
Anyway, we know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, so coming in, the media was already criticizing him, and then you had knuckleheads like Grant Cohn out there, who were always raising stupid, stuff about, like Jimmy, man. He hates Jimmy. There's just some haters out there. You just can't do nothing about it. Same thing with fans.
Yeah.
So I think it's just, people lose their objectivity when they get emotionally involved in it. And Kyle's trying his best not to get emotionally involved. He's just saying, you know what, I'm going to do this. I've got great advisors around me. I got great coaches. Just going to go about our business. And
he remains calm.
Last year. He coached his butt off last year. Think about it.
I'm a Kyle fan. Coach, but we ran our time here. Coach, now that you're back, I wish you'd come back Friday. I'd be looking for you.
Friday.
Yeah.
If I can get here, I will.
All right. I hope so. We're looking for you, Coach. Great to hear from you again, too. All right.
Yeah, you too, man. Take care,
Have
everybody.
a great night.
All right.
Thanks, Coach. And then now the coach indicates the season is definitely underway. You got Slick coming in tonight. Jamie, we got 2 weeks to go. And what I want to know is where's Chicago, Mike, who would come in and give us his bravado every few minutes. Mike, I heard you were in other places. You can come on back and visit us. Hey, Steven.
What's happening, Ronbo?
Steven, how you in Rome doing tonight?
We're doing good. We're on a car ride right now. He's chilling in the back with his pops. He's knocked out.
All right. Oh, I tell you. Well, Steven, you know the roster now, and we're looking for opinions on that roster. And what are you thinking?
Honestly, I ain't disappointed. I'm kind of happy that Nate Silver got cut. We got to keep Jimmy, who's a really good backup quarterback, but also a really good quarterback at that as well. So if Trey versus, gets hurt or anything like that, we at least have reassurance. But I thought of something because yesterday you did the show, and I kind of wanted to jump in on Phil. What was it? Is it Phil? Or
that's his nickname. But he's Phil. Yeah, well, I know who you're talking about. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I thought of something. Dual quarterback threat. The same thing that they were trying to pitch last year. Might happen this year, where they're like, "Oh yeah, we'll switch between quarterbacks every game."
Kyle's not going to do that because last year he tried to do it. He couldn't get into a rhythm calling plays. How did he put it? It was Kyle was like it wasn't working for him, and so if it's not working for the play caller, you got to stop it. So I think it's going to be Trey most of the time, unless something happens.
Well, I think it's because Trey wasn't really throwing that much because of his broken finger. So I think, we'll just use Trey as a running back on top of whatever throwing skill he has left in his hand due to his injury. But now that it's healed, I don't see why not. But, I mean, hey, I could be wrong. Man. Jordan Mason being on the roster, I'm really happy.
Yeah, I know, right? See,
I'm really happy.
Jordan Mason and Purdy, as long as they're staying on the team, because you don't want to see Nate Sudfeld stay and Purdy go. You don't want to see Trey Sermon stay and Jordan Mason go. This would have put a bad taste in everybody's mouth. Oh, my God, I'm glad that didn't happen. Yeah. Oh, that would have been bad.
I'm a little disappointed, though. Well, I'm a little disappointed they cut the Mexican offensive lineman, but he wasn't good to stay. So it's like, man, it sucks, but it is what it is.
They didn't really cut him, though.
Same thing with Hasty.
Yeah, he's still going to be there, though. They're going to still work with him. He's on an international program that he doesn't count against the 53. So he's going to still be out there working though, and they'll get him up to speed.
I hope so.
If they keep Alfredo around for I don't know how long it's going to take, but if they continue to work with him, I got a feeling at some point he'll be ready. Still working with him.
I hope so. But Jermichael Hasty getting cut was kind of a little bit of a letdown because I expected him to be on the roster rather than Trey Sermon. But I get the skepticism. I get the whole thing. I mean, not Trey, but Jermichael is really good on a third down run. Yeah. He's not really great as a first run or a second. Like if we need the yards, or it's like 31 or 35, he can definitely punch through. But long-term plays, I can't see him doing it. He's shown us what he could do when he gets the ball first touch, and he'll fumble.
Jermichael is, also they want bigger guys running backs. We don't have a back under 200 pounds. Most of them go 210, somewhere between 210 or 210, 205 to 220. So it's all a bunch of big guys back there now. So we're trying to go for durability. I don't know if size is going to make you more durable because if you take the wrong hit from the wrong guy, it's still going to be stretched out. But that's what they're thinking, I think.
Yeah. And then you got Castro Fields that got cut.
Yeah.
And Camiko Toure. I thought Camiko Toure was going to be a fit-in.
I thought he was a lock. Well,
I thought, they were going to get him and that was it. I didn't think they were going to cut him. That was a shock to me when I saw that Camiko Toure got cut. Same thing with, we all knew Willie Snead was going to get cut after that pass. I couldn't
wait to cut him.
I know you were jumping up and down.
Oh, can't get over that. Willie, hey, but you know what, though? Toure is probably going to be on the practice squad if they'll sign it because, the 49ers can't wait to call him in if a lineman does go down,
Oh, yeah. And then on top of that, too, Justin Poe. Damn, that was a surprise to me. Jason Poe. That was something that I was like, really?
I thought I really did think he was a lock for a number of reasons. But, yeah. Rookies, it's hard for rookies to, even Jason Poe, it's hard for rookies to get past certain positions. And Kyle's looking at the other guys on the roster, and he's saying, oh, God, but I can't get rid of him. I've had him for 3 years. He knows what we're doing here. So Poe's going to end up on the practice squad unless somebody picks him up. He's got to get through waivers, and I don't know if that's going to happen.
And then I think who else got cut? School? I think School got cut, was it?
Yeah, that was no surprise. Yeah, School's gone.
Yeah. I had a feeling. I was like, okay, yeah, he's done. He just can't seem to get in the rhythm. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah, he just came off that ACL. For him, it's probably still bugging him. Yeah.
Ooh, and then what's his name? Oh my God, Malik Turner.
Yeah,
I thought he was going to stay too, but I guess not.
It was, you knew he had a chance, but they're only going to keep 5 wide receivers. It's really funny because they kept 5 running backs, so you can see where the 49ers' emphasis is going to be. Because we never keep as many running backs as we do wide receivers, but we did this year. I think our time ran out. Steven, I'll tell you what, I'll be back Friday looking for you, though. You and Rome.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, Ronbo. You have a good night.
All right, man. Appreciate you. You too.
You too. Peace.
Yeah. There goes Steven Rome. And we got I want to appreciate that's victory. Guys, appreciate the contribution, guys. I love Kyle, man. That comment he made about not having the playbook when asked if he's worried about Jimmy not having the playbook. I know Kyle's developing a great sense of humor, isn't he? That's right up there with, I don't even know if I'm going to be alive. Any of us are going to be alive on Sunday. Emilio knows if he's going to be alive Sunday. Oh, I'm sorry. Clarence Molina, good job overall, Niners, for Purdy and Mason. Great keeps. Wish we kept Poe versus Jalen Moore. Wow. There's a thought. Hasty versus Sermon. But, hey, there's still a practice squad. And they'll be on it. And those guys could go down. Hey, Emilio.
What's happening?
I mean, man, we just sit back here tripping on the roster. And, knowing you don't see anything, nothing surprises you. It went exactly how you anticipated. Am I right?
No, it didn't bug me. The Jimmy thing wasn't surprising at all.
Yeah.
It was repeated and said last year. All of a sudden, everybody's shocked. I'm still wondering why is everybody shocked.
Well, you know, the 49ers did because they had people fooled up until yesterday, because everybody thought.
How? Why is everybody surprised? It did not Lynch and Shanahan ask Jed York, is it okay if Jimmy's on the roster next year? Jed said, no, it's fine. All of a sudden, everybody's shocked. Like I said, I don't get it. I said, what are people listening to?
It's hard to follow Shanahan and Lynch talking.
Why? How?
They say things that lead you in one direction, and then they send you something else.
No,
and then
they don't. They tell you what they're good. No, they tell you what you're gonna do. It's just everybody on here and every other Niner fan, all the Niners and Niner reporters and everybody else forgets what they say.
I didn't.
I'm like, as much as you and everybody else, especially TNT, we all follow the team. We don't forget, but when it comes to you, Ronbo, you like forgetting stuff. You do that a lot.
No, I was the one reminding people last year. I said, listen, Jed did say he'd keep Jimmy for 2 years, but then they start talking and going in another direction.
Why are you shocked? Why are you shocked?
Because they waited till now. If they'd have done it a few days ago, okay, but
it doesn't matter. But my thing is, it doesn't. Lynch and Shanahan went to ask Jed to say, is it okay? Once he said yes, it's okay, that was not going to be a shocker. No matter what happened with this team, Jimmy was coming back.
So you assumed even up until yesterday that he was going to definitely be back.
Yeah, because I had said something to you before the couple of days. You would ask me, would you be surprised to come? I said no, because Jed said it was okay. So I was not surprised. It was just a matter of was he going to? My thing, what surprised me was his pay cut. That's what surprised me, because I was like, man, he really took the pay cut. I said, okay.
Well, you know,
that
a lot of
was
people talking about
surprising.
structuring.
I had told you before, because when you asked me before, would you take a pay cut? I said, hell no, I wouldn't take no pay cut for the Niners. This is my money.
Yeah, I remember that conversation.
That would shock me. Yeah. So that shocked me. So I give him that. So
I heard people had to talk him into that. The whole thing.
Maybe they did, but other than that, like I said, that was the only shocking part.
Yeah.
But other than that, like I said, I wasn't shocked. It was just, you know. But they always tell us what they're gonna do, but they just throw all this other stuff around. Them, we're not gonna do this. All of a sudden, they backtrack everything they said they're not gonna do. They end up doing. So it's nothing new. So, like I said, as long as we've been following the Niners, this is the Lynch and Shanahan way. They say one thing, they step away from it and act like everybody forgets, and they go back to the same thing they've been said before. So
it's like they did that on purpose, just in case they change their mind and go back to the original thing.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. They didn't change anything.
We're gonna find out.
In a couple. The other thing, I had told you a couple of days, this was actually benefit Trey if he stays on the team. And I read the comments, everybody said I was crazy. Like, no, this ain't going to help Trey. I'm like, it actually might. This might actually benefit, like you said. Supposedly, Jimmy's his best friend, so, hey, it might help him. Might help him, help him where he needs to help. So, so it might be a teacher then. It might not. So Jimmy might be spiteful. Like, you know what? I hope he messes up so I can come in and take over the team.
You know, I would bet against that. It's not in his nature. Jimmy's just not a mean person, you know?
No, he's not, but I'm just saying.
Somebody drops.
You don't know what people think at times.
But him and Marquise Goodwin did have a problem. I remember that bomb that he dropped on Marquise, hit Marquise all in the face and the chest and hit up the ground. They unfollowed each other after that game. I said, uh-oh. I guess Jimmy must have said the wrong thing to Marquise. But Marquise may be a mental case too. I don't know. But that was interesting timing. So.
Well, like I said, it don't matter. Like I said, you know what? I'm happy with the roster. I don't see nothing wrong. There's a couple surprises. The only thing I wasn't shocked about Trey Sermon is just Shanahan doesn't want to be wrong about him. It's a third round pick.
Oh, you know it.
He would rather
lose face.
He would rather let go of either Trey. Let go of Hasty or Jeff. So he was like, it's either or both. And I'm going to keep Trey just to figure that out.
So, somebody's accusing you. Are he's at work. Somebody accused you of being a food panda. I can hear all that noise. Emilio works at night.
No, I do.
Emilio, we got to go, though,
sometimes you catch me at home, but I'm not.
We only catch him on Sundays. Emilio works hard. We only catch him on Sunday.
That or Wednesday.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But no, like I said, I'm glad with the team. Like I said, it's just see what happens for the rest of the year. And I still believe Trey's going to be our MVP candidate. So
there you go.
I do hope
keep that thought. I hope it happens.
And
that means we probably won.
And I keep saying we're going to win the NFC West. So
all right.
Other than that, we're going to the playoffs. It's just up to Trey to how far we get.
Yeah. All right.
Everybody else out there have a good night. You too. And I'll see you Friday. Sir.
Looking forward to it, fam. All right. Night, Emilio.
Yeah.
There it goes.
All right.
All right. And we've got Howard needs to connect his audio. Choose, hey, Howard, choose device audio too, or else you get charged, and I don't want that to happen. Device audio, and we'll have your audio. Because right now we can't hear you. Because, roof, Howard's my dog. We're dog brothers. All right. Give us a few seconds here. Get that done. Yeah, this season's going to be interesting for so many reasons. But you already know Fox Network and some of them stations that don't know how to act. Every time something goes wrong on the field, I can already see Jimmy. I hope Jimmy wears a disguise on the sideline so they don't know who he is. You can't turn it around. Because every time something goes wrong, I can see the camera now. And remember, the 49ers in a position now, 14 points down in the fourth quarter. Then the camera goes to Jimmy Garoppolo. Hey, Frank.
Ronbo.
Frank, fishy sandwich, Frank.
What's up, Ronbo?
Frank, we're looking at the roster, man. Frank, are you happy with this roster? Is this a team that you wanted? Could you have done a better job, Frank, of picking out the 53?
No, I'm pretty good with it.
Right.
I'm pretty good with it.
Right.
I didn't want to see Hasty go. I like Hasty, but
right.
It's cool. I think they made the roster pretty good. It's pretty good. So I'm cool with it. But yeah, Ronbo, I had I had a long sleep, last night, yesterday, Ronbo.
Yeah.
I had to, sleep on this, the quarterback situation.
Yeah. Mm.
And then listen, I wake up, I make me a fish sandwich and listen to Cal. The conference, the phone conference, and just, it's hard to believe Cal, Ronbo. I'm starting to think Cal just selling us dreams, man, just be telling us what we want to hear.
Well, that's what I was telling Emilio. Because he told us that last year. I said, I know, but Kyle tells you a lot of things.
It's like I know as I put two and two together and I take another bite of my fish sandwich, and I just happen to and it comes to, I'm like, they never wasn't gonna get rid of Jimmy, Ronbo.
But remember, Jed did say last year he'd be fine with keeping Jimmy for the whole 2 years. But I just thought, I thought that was just lip service. I thought he was just saying it. I didn't really know if they meant it. So
no, and I just and I say and I'm not upset. We have a solid backup quarterback. That we know that he can come in and he can. End of the day, he win games. He know how to gather the team. Gather the team around him, and when so yeah, and it's like I'm just thinking. I'm like, well, okay, Cal. So now you're saying that I went and talked to Jimmy and said you can be a backup. I'm like, huh? You know what I'm saying? Like, it just confused me. Like, Cal, so now all of a sudden since y'all re-signed him, now you saying, I went to him saying you can be, even John Lynch. I went to him, saying, only way you could be on this team, you could be a backup. The only thing that scared me, Ronbo, I hope Trey made of the right makeup. Because, we competitive, you know what I'm saying? Like, so we don't know what's going on in Trey's mind or in his head. If he might throw a pick or he have a bad game and they put the camera on Jimmy, and you know how our fans are, the faithful are.
I know
what I'm saying? We have a Super Bowl ready squad, you know what I'm saying? So if Trey
mess up or not delivering or being the hype, you know what I'm saying, man, that, where we expect him to be. Like, it's a big target really on him. We gave up 3 draft picks to get this young man. And the only way that it's going to cash out if he win the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
we gave up a lot to get him.
The pressure's not going to be on him until after a while.
No, the pressure going to be the pressure.
The pressure's there,
on him,
but I mean, they're not going to give him. He's not going to get a fast hook. He'll be out there for a while before they decide.
So when I don't know though. With Cal, I think Cal really know that I win with Jimmy. Like, I really think Cal don't really know.
I know. The nervousness could get there. I
don't know what Cal really. Cal don't really know what to expect from Trey. That's what I believe.
They both said,
you know what I'm saying? We think we see the talent. Cal can see the talent, but I don't think that Cal really fully know that it's his time or he's ready. Yeah, he gave him the keys because Jimmy said he hurt. He needed a shoulder injury. Jimmy never said he needed a shoulder injury. Who knows what would have happened? You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Who knows what would have happened? And then another thing, Ronbo, who do Brock Purdy remind you
of? Jimmy.
Thank you. When you, I mean, if I'm gonna draft a quarterback and Trey is my quarterback, I'm gonna draft a similar type of quarterback that's like Trey.
But
so he can, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, look at Baltimore. All their quarterbacks look like Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
So if he go down, they all, I'm just being real. That's
a good observation.
The same similar play style of quarterback. Like, that's what you're going to do. And I just, like I said, I take another bite of fish sandwich. So it just popped in my head. And I'm like, man, this fish sandwich must be good because it's giving me a lot of knowledge right now, So, and I'm just being serious, though, Ron. I just think Kyle really nervous and scared, and he know that he gambling right now. He don't really know what, you know what I'm saying, this season. He don't know, you know what I'm saying? That's like what it boils down to.
It's like, what's that, Linus
he don't know.
and Charlie Brown? That's Jimmy's
It's like he can't do without Jimmy. He can't do without Jimmy.
He may really think that way, too.
That's what it could. I mean, you got to look at it. Look at his record. The record, I mean, no fact.
All those wins?
Look at his record. With Jimmy, 31-14.
Yeah.
Without Jimmy, he what?
Terrible.
Some guy, his record, some garbage. So you know what I'm saying. So I'm just being real. I mean, faith will help me out. If I'm, what y'all think about what I'm saying. I just think that Jimmy was already going to be here all along, man. It was all just a game, man.
I didn't want to say that
they lied, man.
But I think
they lied. They
thought
lied
that a while back too, though. I said, you know what? They're making it look like Jimmy's the bad guy. I'm going to get an operation. Jimmy screwed us. I said, oh, man, I don't know, y'all. I think this was all arranged. I think this was a plan from God knows when. But we'll find out.
Yeah, we will. I just pray and hope that it don't mess with Trey's psyche. That's all. Yeah. I just pray that he go out there and he dominate. Because you got to look at it. We best friends. Of course, you're going to say all the right things, but when you out there in this game time, we all competitive. I'm trying to get your job.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let's be real. I'm coming for your job, so don't mess up. Because I'm coming. I'm looking right there. Don't mess up. That's it. Look at that. Everybody got cut.
Yeah.
Everybody was fighting to trying to take the next man position.
Don't make it worse.
Yeah, then everybody loved Jimmy too, so I don't know how it's gonna turn out, Ron. But I just hope everybody stay together, Ron. So
it's gonna be all right. You need 2 fish sandwiches next time, and you'll be able to it'll relax. But you gotta go though.
I'm just gonna pray and hope, Ronbo. I love you, Ronbo, man. Shout out to you. Shout out to the faithful, man. And just pray that we have a great season, y'all.
That's all we can ask for.
Hope everything work out for the best, man. All right, Ronbo.
All right, Frank. You have a great night. I'll look for you Friday, okay? All right, fam. Let's go, Frank. And let's see if Howard's not hooked up yet. Hey, Howard.
Yo.
Howard. Yes. He got hooked up. Howard. Roof. Howard, come on in, fam. Because look, Howard, man, we just got your audio in there. I was going to say, okay. Howard, man, did the roster, did things work out the way you would have liked?
I can't complain about this roster at all, honestly. Probably the one thing I was a little surprised about was Malik Turner getting waived.
Yeah.
That was a shocker to me. But he's a good special teamer, and he could have been used in an offense as well. But, it is what it is. Maybe somewhere down the line.
Yeah, he's and those guys some of those guys come back that don't get picked up on waivers because you know what, Howard? The bad thing about some of those guys put on some nice displays out there. If Malik Turner, he can make a lot of teams, and if you take him, put it on your 53, because that's a big deal. And you remember, you pick up one of those guys, you got to put him on your 53. Right now, I don't think you do. Waivers is another thing. When they clear waivers and you put them on your practice squad, then they can come and snatch them. So right now, they can just go ahead and claim them.
Right.
So, let's see how many claim. Because we lose a couple every year. It's usually everybody's favorite. It's going to be Jason Poe, it's going to be Malik Turner, or it's going to be Jermichael Hasty. All three of them are not going to be available after the waiver wires shut down.
Possibly, yeah. Yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
I'm saying.
We're going to find out.
I'm not. I mean, they're not huge difference makers, but, Jason Poe, I think, is going to clear waivers. Yeah.
I like Malik. I think Jason on special teams, too.
I think Poe, though, will definitely I think he definitely going to try to get back on that practice squad. They're going to clear him through waivers, and that's try to get him on the practice squad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. In fact, I'm pretty sure if Poe does clear waivers, they can't wait to get him back. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They see something in him. They just got to work on some things,
Well, yeah, he needs some. Poe, what did he play? He went to Mercer College. Poe's only thing is his size, because I think they like him otherwise, but they couldn't let loose with the other guys because they've been around for a while and they're all pretty much conventional offensive linemen.
Yeah, he's very strong. Don't let that size fool you.
I know.
He's very strong.
And he knows how to use that leverage too.
Yes.
So, Trent Williams loves him.
Oh yeah, he speaks highly of him. If you get endorsed by Trent, you in there.
Mm-hmm. Especially that means he takes you under his wing like he did. So Kyle
holds Trent to a high standard.
Yeah,
high regard in him. He's like one of his guys he would go to, like, all right, what do you think of him? What do you think of this guy? Yeah. What do you think of this one? You know what I'm saying? Like, we all have those people we go into for intake. Like, hey, what do you think of this one? You know what I'm saying? You trust that person to tell you the right answers, and you know what I'm saying? Good judgment.
Absolutely. But when you're talking Trent Williams, they're talking the best of the game. So yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But to address the last caller, I know he asked, what is what he's thinking is true or not, about Trey, and Jimmy. Sorry, with Jimmy, was he going to be on the team all along? Probably just based on how the NFL is. They didn't think highly of Jimmy, especially at that price. So
yeah, 26 million.
What's the best way to utilize him? Yeah. Put him on the roster. Hey, listen, we're not going to cut you, but you ain't going to play if you do not, do something with this contract. Because let's be honest, if he were to get cut, nobody's going to pick him up for a decent amount of money that he would want. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's going to pay him $7, $8, $9 million. They're going to give him the bare minimum.
Yeah, because you got cut and you got no other choice. So that's probably true.
So
and especially that incentive package.
If we had listened to Shanahan earlier, all along he's been saying they've been trying to trade him. All along, they just said, "Listen, we looking to see." They gave Jimmy and his agent the okay to go talk to other teams or see a trade or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wanted him for that price. At the end of the day, this was the best way for him to even be on a team. So let's just say, for instance, if he just went through the whole year and then, he happened to have 2 games he has to play in, he plays good. Teams get to see, okay, you know what I'm saying? That's a good thing. We can see that he's healthy, he could still play. So that helps his stock, and it also helps the 49ers get a higher draft pick.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
But because that's
now,
because the thing is, if you're coming on an injury like that, I'm not paying you $26 million because I don't even know when I got here, and also you don't know anything about our offense. You got to go through the whole movie. I think the 49ers knew that too. There's no way Jimmy Garoppolo was going to get a job for a number of reasons, having nothing to do with his playing ability, but just that alone. So
just the price, and his price and his availability is like up in the air. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people are.
That applies to everybody in the league. Hopefully, Trey can stay healthy all year. Quarterback's a scary job. Those guys could go down constantly. But Howard, looks like we're going to run out of time. All right, I'll be back Friday, and if you got some time, looking for you. All right.
Oh, I'm in there, man. You know me in there like swimwear, brother.
I like that. All right, man.
I mean, hey, yo, hold on. One more message, y'all. Listen, don't lose faith in Trey, guys. It's okay. This is a business move. It's a business, man. Understand that. Everybody's thinking, oh, well, they don't believe in Trey. This is not what it is. Go listen to Shanahan talk. That man, he don't lie.
That story will unfold all season long. We will find out.
Know?
All right, Howard.
So
have a great night.
Have a good one, man.
You too. Night, Howard. Hey, Austin.
What's happening, Ronbo?
Austin, it's cut day, Austin. Did you guys lose anybody that you wish that wouldn't have happened?
No. I'm actually really happy with our roster, Ronbo.
Okay. How come?
Because we got a USFL MVP, Capron Turtman. He's a wide receiver / kick and punt returner. That guy runs a 4.2.
No. You've got a guy that can run that fast? 4.2? There's not many people running 4.2s. I'm impressed.
And Ronbo, and he can catch.
You think you're ready for the opener?
Tampa Bay, we played them really good last year.
Yeah, you guys, didn't you open against Tampa Bay last year?
Yep, they threw us right to the championship. And if we wouldn't have given Brady a minute 6, we might have won that game.
2 years in a row. You know what, though? This year, Brady's offensive line is seriously anemic. Tom may not last the season. I can see Brady being replaced midway through the season because of some ouchies. You can't be 45 years old and have 270-pound linemen hit you at high speed all day, every Sunday. That's not going to work. Hell, you can't take that when you're 25. Nope. So, that offensive line that's interesting. Man, that's going to be pretty funny. You guys still got a pass rush. I know that. So,
Yep. And Micah Parsons is going to be the driving force of that defense, Ronbo.
Brady wants nothing to do with that. He'll be in position to come with the middle, which Brady hates when people take that away from him. So,
You know what's going to be happening, Ronbo? He's going to be making sure if he does come on a blitz up the middle, he's going to make sure he doubles him so he doesn't get to him.
You do that, though, there's going to be other guys freed up. Double teaming is always what you do not want. You want each one of your guys to be able to handle his assignment. Fill those gaps, guys. You're this gap, you're this gap, and you're this gap. And damn it, that you guard that gap like it's your house. Now, of course, that isn't always an easy thing to do. So now, all of a sudden you got chaos in the backfield. So, yeah, offensive line is the whole thing this year. Everybody that's in contention is worried about that offensive line.
Ronbo, how do you feel about your offensive line?
I don't feel good about it at all. In fact, I just don't know what they're going to be able to do. And I wish Michael Guncy was certified healthy. I don't think he is. I'm not worried about Trent Williams, although Trent Williams goes down a lot too. But to start the season off the first couple of weeks, we need to win those first 2 games, and we need to be able to assert ourselves offensively. We need to establish the fact that, yes, we are going to continue to put up a minimum of 21 points. Minimum. So we'll find out.
But you know the season's right around the corner.
2 weeks.
You know it kicks off. Yep, against Buffalo in
Thursday night.
L.A.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that game.
Yeah.
And you know if the Rams win that game, Ronbo, just get ready for your phone to ring.
Listen, the Rams are not winning that game. Is that game in Buffalo or is it in L.A.?
L.A.
Oh.
First game of the season, banner night.
Now, here's the thing. Watch this. That first game, watch how many Buffalo fans are in the seats in comparison with the L.A. fans. I'll bet you they're equal, at least. They're still trying to manufacture Rams fans. Those paid Hollywood doubles.
We'll see, Ronbo. But I understand you're a busy man, so it's time to get on the high horse and go. Go Cowboys.
All right. Good night, Austin. I'm going to be on hand for that. Is that a Thursday night game? I'm going to be on hand for that game. I want to see that. As soon as I tune in, if I see a lot of dark blue and white, Buffalo's dark blue and white, well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to just lose it. I might open up I may just have a show that night just to watch the Rams. Hey, where the Rams fans at? I want them to ask that question. Whose house is this? The Bills! Ow! Ellis! Oh, God. One thing about the Rams, they provide for a lot of comedy. Why? Because they set themselves up for comedy.
Ronbo.
You.
What's up?
Listen, man, we're looking at that roster, Ellis. Your feedback on that roster. You satisfied? Any problems with that?
I think. Well, I mean, you know, the obvious, the Poe.
Yeah. Damn it.
You know, just the obvious guys. But if you know they don't get picked up because you know they're kind of under the radar, that's good. And I think one thing that works in our benefit is with the guys that we that will be on this team that I think need to be on this team that didn't make it will make it through the waiver wire because they will have to be clearly good enough to to fill in on an active roster. So if a team is a signer, they would have to sign them to the active roster, correct?
Yep. Well, after the waiver wire, right now I think waiver wire they can just sign them. It's when we put them on the practice squad is when they can take them off, but they have to put them on the 53 if they do.
Yeah. So I think that kind of works into our benefit. I think we'll snatch him up. I didn't really see too much from the Castro Fields kid. I know he's real fast, but I don't know what was. I don't know. That's just. I was hearing more about Quattress and Samuel Womack and the other guys than I was hearing about him. But I like the Sagun. Was it Sagunde?
Olubi. The linebacker.
Yeah, he's hard. He's tight. So hopefully we'll be able to get him. I know we're deep in linebacker, but maybe we can kind of keep these guys around, practice squad or not. At least we can develop them, and then, hence we don't get a chance to, keep Dre or Aziz or something like that. Then those guys can already have been with us and be more familiar with what we do and stuff like that, and we can take advantage of, having him and also McCreary Ball.
Yeah.
The Marcelino. Yeah, I like him too. So those guys will still be on the practice squad. I'm not really tripping. I'm not surprised about the Nate Sudfeld thing now, Ronbo. You said last night that I'm the only one that likes Nate Sudfeld over Brock Purdy, and I never fucking said that. Now,
I could have sworn you said
what I said.
Go ahead, say it again.
Hell no.
Say it again.
No, what I had said was that game they had. You said how do I think that Brock Purdy and Nate Sudfeld did? And I said, Nate Sudfeld looked like he did good, but I had missed the first quarter, and I said that, and that was when he was blowing it. When he's blown it. So I said, okay, so then he wasn't looking too good. I like Brock Purdy over Nate Sudfeld.
Okay.
So that's
so Ellis is coming and clean
I'm
that
glad. Yeah. I couldn't get in last night, but
you know, and you know, nothing against Nate Sudfeld, no, on a personal thing. You know, he was raised locally, I guess, in Modesto or something like that. So, you know, it's a dream to be able to play for the team that you grew up around. It's kind of close to home, and that you've been a fan of. So hopefully he's able to, find his way and get on somewhere. But, because he's not terrible, or anything like that.
No, I agree.
And so, he's more quality of a backup than a lot of the other backups. And so we're down to the Jimmy thing. I'm not surprised. I wasn't upset, especially at the number we were able to get him. We got so much leftover cap room. Now we're top 5 in the NFL. I think we're ranked 5 now with the most cap space. I don't know if we're going to roll that over to the next season or if we're going to try to do something with that. But that would be good to acquire some possible offensive linemen.
But what they do is they keep that for in case they have any time when they need to sign some players during the course of the season. That gives them a little leverage.
Well, yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. So that's perfect for us. We need that. We needed that, and then we can still be able to, keep Jimmy, and have some consistency in the quarterback room. Because if it just came down to Trey, Sudfeld and Brock Purdy, the odds aren't in our favor as much as they are now with having Jimmy there. So I'm not tripping on that. I actually feel a lot better about that. And like I said, we were able to get him at that price. And basically it would have to come down to, if Trey's really not able to, which is unfair to him because he didn't even get a full season yet to really go through the motions like all of the other guys that he's drafted with. Now, they're all looking a little bit better each year. I mean, Mac Jones was the only one who was looking, he was getting busy in his first year, but everyone else was looking like shit. And now they get their whole first year jitters out, and now they're in their second year. Trey didn't even get that. So basically what I feel like what could happen is that, if Trey's not doing too well, then they're going to bring Jimmy in at some point and then, let Jimmy play. I mean, it's kind of like reversing the tables a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But if Trey's playing well, then that's good. And we still, they were okay, and we still have Jimmy in case there's an injury or, like I said, if Trey's, for some reason,
ideally that's what they want,
successful.
right? Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
But I mean, it's good.
Things do happen. We never know with the NFL. 17 weeks. Well, I'm going to see you on Friday. And
I didn't like Trey Sermon staying. I think that's a bad move by Kyle. And then Aaron Banks not being Aaron Banks is like Kyle's going to keep getting scolded for these guys that he keeps a hold of for whatever reason, and they don't end up performing. Not saying that I don't want to see Trey Sermon have some success. We need him to be successful so that he's that wasn't he's not a bust. As a 3rd round pick. You know what I mean? And Jamaica, getting cut like that was surprising. But anyway.
Yeah,
the tables turn, as the world turns. All
right, man. Because
shout out to the Niner faithful, man.
The running backs, don't worry, because that we're not going to keep all healthy all year long. So Jermichael might be back soon. All right, fam.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Look for you Friday. Shout out to that
all
squad.
All right, Ronbo.
All right, fam.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Hit the like, subscribe, man. You know where you at. Wipe your feet.
Jealous.
West.
Later. And there's Bill, the man. Bill.
Can you hear
Bill.
me, Ronbo?
Yeah, I can hear you. Bill, by chance, I thought about you when I was watching.
You started to cut out now because of I was on so long.
The battery died?
No, I don't know. I need to give me a second. Let me go ahead and put these headphones off.
Okay.
And I'm going to see if it makes a difference.
Okay.
Because I don't know. It's just starting to. Is this better?
Yeah, no, I can hear you fine to begin with. So this is.
I don't know what's going on. All of a sudden, I started doing this out of the blue. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
All right, go to the next caller and come back to me.
Bill, I can actually hear you fine. Can you hear me?
This has never happened before. I don't know what's going on.
Okay, we'll be back then. All right.
Man, go to the next caller and come back to me.
Okay. And let's go check in with. Let's go to Atlanta's Falcons' favorite fan, Tony. Hey, Tony.
Ronbo, what it is.
Tony, I just realized something. I heard something very unusual with a particular player or something that took place with the Falcons. What was that? It made the wire. Is there something bizarre going on right now with the Falcons? An owner? No, it has to do with a player. Can you recall anything?
You mean the fact that, they captured these 20-something guys that's been breaking into famous entertainers, rappers' homes, and one of the homes they broke into in the Atlanta area was Calvin Ridley's.
Ah, wait a minute. That wasn't what I heard, but that's crazy. There was also something else. Wow. Calvin, poor Calvin. Calvin's probably got to try to figure out, listen, what in the hell is going on with my life? I'm gambling on a game that's not even involved in me. Now people breaking into my house. They broke into Calvin's house?
I hate to say this, but sometimes you can take the person out of the ghetto, but you can't take the ghetto out of the person.
Wait. Calvin was – wait. Did I get that story wrong? Was Calvin actually involved in this circle of guys that are going around doing these things?
No.
Oh, okay.
But I heard no.
All right.
And Ronbo,
I'm
yesterday,
listening.
I want to commend you. Great show last night. Great show.
Well, thanks, Tony.
Ronbo, I was laughing so hard, Ronbo, I pulled a muscle in my rib. If you notice, I didn't even call in.
I saw you on the chat.
Ronbo,
yes.
Let's call yesterday's show one of your best. Let's call it yesterday's show was Overreaction Monday. That's how I saw it.
We get that a lot.
Oh, my God, Ronbo. Half the guys, when they found out Jimmy was coming back, was pissed off that he was coming back, and the other half, when they found out he was coming back, was calling Trey a bust. I'm like, you can't win with y'all.
This is what we do. God, man, if we ain't overreacting, we're saying things that make absolutely no sense. So, I wasn't surprised.
I felt like Dr. Ronbo got people on the couch. I felt so bad for you last night, Ronbo, but I couldn't stop laughing.
I knew it was going to happen too, because as I say, like you say, there's a lot of folks that they can't process and come out with something that sounds anywhere near rational. You run into that all the time, but you can never actually prepare yourself mentally for what somebody just said. So yeah, it was interesting.
I'm like, oh my God! I remember the night of the NFC Championship game. They wanted to run Jimmy out of town, run him out on horseback with torches in their hand. And now he's coming back. They pissed off.
Yeah.
And now the other half, Trey's. This just proves that Trey's a bust. I'm like, what? Unbelievable. Wait, I don't get it.
And Tony, you never will. I don't get it. What I try not to do is don't fall into it and get involved into an argument, because this is not going to be productive. Yeah, it's not going to, let that person, I'm learning as I go, let that person believe what they want to believe. It's okay. Let it go. Until they become really confrontational. Like sometimes people come in and it becomes an attack, and then I'll defend myself. But otherwise, I'm done conflicting with certain things. It just doesn't make any sense, and it doesn't help the program anyway.
Y'all saved close to $18.5 million on the cap. That is a good problem to have, what y'all have right now. That is a good problem to have.
And you know what I like, Tony? Our quarterback room, and somebody pointed out earlier in the chat, I didn't even realize that, Dak Prescott gets paid more than our entire quarterback room. It's a Cowboy thing.
$1 win more games.
I know. Oh, God.
Yesterday was a great show. It was a great show. I couldn't stop, man.
Well, glad you liked that,
You saw me in the chat for my emojis. Ronbo, I was on the floor laughing. Like, what's wrong with these guys? They're in a good situation. And I commend Jimmy, because Jimmy is swallowing his pride a little bit and coming, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I'm for the team. I'm in a good situation if I do this.
Yes.
Which he will.
You know, and he's getting paid more now. And there's no place for him to park now. I mean, every team that's got their roster, pretty much everybody's got their roster. The biggest joke that's going on is in Pittsburgh with, what's that kid's name, Riddick? Or not Riddick, not Riddick, you got Riddick. Who's that? Pickett. Yeah, Pickett.
Pickett. Kenny Pickett.
They said Trubisky's done a great job this year. Outstanding. But Kenny's going to make him sit down anyway. So, you know.
Yeah, they're doing the same thing we're doing, but the live bullets are about to fly, as you know. And 49er owned by Stafford. Me and you been mixing it up. And then Teresa been getting you.
Who?
Buffalo is coming to Teresa, what's her name? Armstead? Therese. Therese Armstead.
Is she the one? She acts. Is she also a Buffalo fan?
No, I think she's a Niner fan.
Yeah, she's a Niner fan. There's some ladies on Twitter that are, one is 49er Buffalo fan, and they've always got interesting things to say. She's not one of those. Okay, no, Teresa's like, she's the general of that army that's working them, because she
be awesome.
She doesn't let a minute go by without slamming them. I love it. Good job, Therese.
Yeah, he be running ready to go and marketing for out of the chat sometimes.
Good, ready to go. Any time that he's feeling uncomfortable, I'm delighted. He's still making them outrageous comments. Hey, let me ask you this too. What about Alex?
He makes after Thursday night. Buffalo gonna put up over Ronbo. Buffalo's coming in on the business trip. Yeah. Remember, first game of the season, right? This is the first game the Buffalo's played that meant something since they got jobbed in Kansas City.
And you know they're ready to go, boy. I tell you, ready to go. I'm using your name by that. Ready to go. They're ready to go. Hey, Tony, you probably know about this because I haven't paid attention because you played against these guys as they come out of school. What is with Alex Leatherwood? Is he that
Ronbo, our third round pick, our second, third round pick, outside linebacker D'Angelo Malone out of Western Kentucky was schooling him at the Senior Bowl practices, just beating him. He played right tackle.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe he was a first round pick. He got beat in the Senior Bowl bad, and he was still a first round pick, which I don't understand that. He's not good.
Why would you pick him up in the first round? And the Raiders would try to trade him, and they got 32. You know, you count them. They tried everybody in the league, and they got 32 no's. I said, damn. I mean, offensive linemen are like the most precious commodity in the NFL. Is he that bad? 32 teams, everybody's got some trash on their offensive line, at least one player, and they couldn't see making a deal. Oh my God, this guy must be awful. Raiders. I wish they was in here now. Oh, they don't come around here no more.
Ronbo, who was the regime that drafted him? The Gruden regime.
That's not Gruden. So, you know, I tell you, that's a scary thing. We've never done anything that bad. We've had some bad offensive linemen. We have a couple now that we could do without. But if Alex Leatherwood is worse than they are, my God.
He is. So. And then they moved him to guard, like about 6-7 games into the year. They moved him to right guard inside from back, and he was still bad. But the Chargers was killing them.
Oh, that's so sad. You
know, no major cuts so far. It's a couple names, guys, but nothing major so far yet.
For nothing you expected or did not expect as far as the Falcons go. Yeah, most teams usually you can always tell who they're going to keep and who they're not. So, but Tony looks like our clock already ran out again. I was looking for that deal that I saw yesterday. It shocked me. I want to get your opinion on that. But tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to look for you tomorrow. No, I'm sorry. I'm going to see you Friday.
Friday?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ronbo, you need some rest after yesterday's show, boy.
I know, right?
And you see how your live stream, it was flying.
I know.
And I just, my readers, man. That was a great show yesterday.
I knew Jimmy. That's why I wasn't going to come in yesterday. I knew Jimmy was going to bring the pain. Boy, let me see what happens here. I got to get some feedback on this one. I know they're going to be going nuts on this, and you're right, they did.
Niner Empire, commend Jimmy Garoppolo for being a great teammate.
Ain't he?
He's given up a lot of money to stay. Him and Trey work well together. It doesn't have to be either Trey or either Jimmy. long as the team wins, they're there to help each other.
There you go.
Get that through your head.
And he's the ultimate teammate. That's like I said, Jimmy's standing on the opposite field. He's not bothering anybody. He's just trying to get his arm back into shape. He comes in. He's going to sign with the 49ers. You can bet that gentlemanly Pro Bowl mind set of his is going to continue. I don't expect any trouble out of Jimmy. And the 49ers know he won't. That's why they signed him. But, yeah.
Well, but real quick, something I saw like in preseason, your second-round pick, what's that kid's name out of USC, the defensive end?
Let him just finish.
Drake Jackson.
Yes. All right.
I thought Drake Jackson on one end, Charles Omenihu on the other end.
It's going to be special, Tony. We got
and give both some rest and rotate.
There you go.
Y'all gonna have some.
I'm looking forward to it. Tony, we're going to go. And I'll be back Friday. And we certainly do appreciate that comment. All right. Thanks, Tony.
I'll talk to you Friday.
Looking forward. Bill.
Are you able to hear me now, Ronbo?
Yeah, I can hear you, Bill. I heard an echo. Oh, that might have been Tony. All right, Tony. I can hear you. Bill, I told you I could hear you in the first place last time.
I couldn't hear you.
That was what.
Anyways, I was cutting off. Okay, well, anyways, good news. OBJ's not going to be in Dallas. Yay. That's great news. OBJ was the only reason the Rams even beat us. Guess what? No, OBJ, you're not going to own us anymore on that. So get in there ready to blow, and marketing slow, and all you goofballs is going back to 0-2 for you guys. We're going to sweep you. Just get that through your head. All right, it's over. I'm not even worried about you. You're a thing of the past. You got your one and done Super Bowl. That's it. Now for the Cowboys, you guys ain't gonna do nothing. Come on now, you're the Cowboys. OBJ is going back to the New York Giants, most likely.
You think
where
so?
He started. So there's a lot of rumors he's going back to New York. That's going to be great. It's going to be competitive. You guys are not going. You're going to be lucky to even win your division. Dallas Cowgirls. So guess what?
I'm like Stephen A. Jackson. I'm picking Philly.
Mama don't let you. Yeah, Philly or the Commanders, because I got Cole Turner. I'm going to go with Cole Turner on that. So you guys are done. Just take a seat and watch us win a Super Bowl. Just take a seat, put a popsicle in your mouth or a sucker, and just listen to the song. Mama, don't let your kids grow up to be Cowboys and cry, okay? And for you, Michael Irvin, I got a news for you. You're not going undefeated. You're not winning a Super Bowl. And it was a clown I've seen on YouTube that predicted that too. I can't remember his name. I'll write it down, and I'll call you out, okay? You're going to be a meme.
It wasn't
they ain't
Marcus
winning
Spears.
The Super Bowl.
Yeah, Marcus Spears already told everybody.
No, it wasn't even a football player. It was a YouTuber. I would have called him out. But anyways, I'll do that another day. It won't be Friday. I'll be busy Friday probably. Most likely I'll miss you. So, we're gonna have probably 2 losses in the season. It's not gonna be against the Sea Chickens. It's not gonna. One of them will probably be against the Cardinals because we seem to struggle against them. But as far as the Rams, it's a 2-0 against you guys. We're gonna sweep you. We're gonna sweep the Sea Chickens. Probably go 1-1 against the Cardinals. Most likely, hopefully, we sweep them. But if we don't, I'm not going to be disappointed because they don't do much anyway. So, I'm not even worried about the donkeys. I'm really not.
Is that right?
Why y'all worried about the donkeys?
Russell Wilson's
they heard they lost a lot of the good receivers.
Yeah.
Jerry Jeudy, I heard, is injured, and a few others. So all they got is Russ, and the receivers can't catch. So I'm not even worried about that.
Wait. Jerry Jeudy's hurt? How about that other
That's
big,
what I heard.
How about that other big receiver they got? The one that's been around there for about 4 years.
I heard they lost all of them. I heard they lost all of them injured from what I heard from a guy.
But they might be back in a couple of weeks. Maybe nothing serious. Russell Wilson is just...
Yeah, well, they'll be back after us.
Yeah, well,
That'd be great.
Yeah, Russell Wilson is just the memories.
Russ himself can't do it.
No, he can't. I just wonder, from what you're saying, it's kind of good. You know what, though? Remember we used to say things before, well, Russell Wilson doesn't have this guy, and this guy, so we should be able to beat the Hawks. I hate that we had to wait for an advantage and a handicap or something like that in order to beat the Hawks. And then we still lose to them.
It was Pete Carroll, too.
Man. So
it was Pete Carroll, too.
I know.
There's no Pete in Denver.
For Pete's sake.
Remember that.
I didn't know.
So I'm not even worried about that. That's a win for us, I'm going to call it. And I'm going to tell you this right now. I'm not even stressing it. I told you, why'd you take the poster down? I said, what? I told you last time I talked to you, what if they give him a pay cut and keep him?
Did you say that?
You thought I was blowing smoke.
No,
you forgot.
I was one of the people that Emilia was talking about. I know Jed Dork said he was going to keep him, or didn't have a problem keeping him. I just thought that all signs were pointing toward go, and it looked like that. And also, as you know, the chat was becoming very annoying. So, you know, I'm going to take this poster off this wall so I can stop with the, hey, Ryan Ronbo, man, take that crap off the wire. And, you know, rather than get mad, I just took him down.
So when we just put Jimmy and Trey on there, and did we keep Gray?
Danny Gray? No, yeah, the wide receiver. He's still up. We kept him. Yeah.
Okay, good. The only thing that upset me was JaMychal Hasty. Why would you get rid of him over Sermon? That's the only thing that I really, nobody's going to grab Poe.
They keep
so
all the
we'll
big
be
guys.
on the practice squad.
Yeah, you need to weigh 200 plus pounds. I think Hasty I thought would weigh 205, but I can't imagine. It just looked like that. But the rest of the guys are 210 and up, 205, 210 and up. So 49ers
we might get
guys.
lucky to put him on the practice squad, hopefully. But I really feel a good season, no matter what. I feel a good season. I mean, I'm even going as far as predicting a Super Bowl victory.
There you go. If you know what, if you're gonna go make predictions, make them big. So
right. We actually got the team to do it, unlike the Cowgirls.
You know, I thought about you.
You know, they're talking about they got this and that. Yeah.
I thought about you when Stephen A. Smith was over there holding his annual "I'm gonna mess with the Cowboy fans." I said, you know, Bill should be there for that. He would love it.
I got kicked out of a restaurant for talking about the Cowboys, so they got really butthurt. They didn't want a Niner fan there. It's okay, you know. They're gonna have to eat some crow when we beat them again. Hopefully, we don't have to see them, so they can become memes for somebody else. It'll be funny. They might be lucky not to make the playoffs.
Well, it's going to be a lot of pressure. They have to make the playoffs because either the head coach or Dak's going to be coming under a lot of pressure next year and a lot of nasty conversation. We'll wait for that. Anyway, I'll tell you what. I'm going to
go. The NFC least will become the NFC. NFC least. The only one that's going to be least in the NFC least is going to be the Cowgirls. I'm going to tell you this. They got a lot of competition. They'd be lucky to even beat out the Giants.
I look forward.
You know, I want to give them that. They'd be lucky to even get 8 wins. You know.
Right.
And Brady, it's going to be funny when Brady with no O-line beats him. Anyways, I'm going to say this right now. Give me a 49er shout out. I'll see you whenever I see you. I'll be a busy person.
All right, Billy. Here it comes. Big Bill. Have a good night. Appreciate you, Phil.
And for all you Lamb fans, don't hide when we sweep you. Remember that. Later.
Later, Bill. Oh, God. I can't wait. That first night of playing the Rams, I think, what is it, week 4, week 5, something like that. Fam, anyway, I just did the holler, didn't I? I got to do it again, don't I? Fam, and thanks for the contributions. Always appreciated. You know this. Please remember to subscribe so when we get ready to talk football, I can find you. And hit the like. I'll see you Friday.